Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Let me make sure that mic is on. Yep, it's on. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young. Quarantine Sundays. Quarantine Sundays. Welcome. Give everybody a minute to get up in here. Welcome, welcome. Turn all this stuff off here. All these distractions. Welcome. Give everybody a chance to get up in here. It's 4 o'clock Sunday. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Welcome. Q&A Sundays is about you guys today. So we're gonna stay on as long as you guys have questions. Be part of the show. Let me copy that. Get that up here. What's up, Ill Wills? Cool to see you on O'Shea's show last night, Ill Wills. Saw you chime in there. That was cool, man. O'Shea gave shout outs to everybody. That was cool. That was real cool, man. Ill Will get shout outs everywhere, every channel he go to, man. Ill Will's got that wrench on everybody's channel he goes to, man. I don't know how you do that. Welcome, everybody. I'm gonna give. We always go about 3 minutes before we get started. Hello, Nicer. Welcome. What's good, Nicer? Man, this. I ain't gonna lie. This being trapped in the house business. I mean, some days, man, it get to you. Some days, I ain't gonna lie. Some days it gets to me. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, my life, like I said, my life doesn't change that much. What's up, Mike Rambo? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. We got about just almost 30 seconds. Today is raining in South Carolina, actually. So today's not a good day to go walking for me today, but this is very rare. What's up, Cosmic Wisdom? Good afternoon. Oh, breaking news. Neiman Marcus. Oh, wow. First retailer just filed for bankruptcy. You guys, if you guys have been in the Discord server, all these things I've been saying, like gyms closing, I knew gyms were going to close. I knew drive-ins were going to try to make a comeback. I don't know if that's going to be true or not, but I could see it. Whatever, you know. So, all right, get on in here. Today's Q&A Sundays. Hello and welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% conscious, debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt. It's a place where I lived for the first 40 years of my life until I woke up. Shout out to Quentin Cameron. Welcome, buddy. Once I woke up, I found that I was finally free. I didn't know by being in debt I wasn't free. I didn't know that until I became debt free. Now I am free. And so now I just want to spread the love by teaching others. And I'm also, by creating this channel, I've also met up with other people that have been living this way. Some all their lives, some woke up later in life, just like I did, you know, but get all perspectives from just different people's version of at different points in their life becoming debt free. And for me, like I said, I woke up at 40, right? And I originally started from Dave Ramsey because the weird thing is I didn't know I was in debt until I came across Dave Ramsey. The weird thing is this: I had to recognize that I was in debt. I know that's weird. I know that's weird to say. You know you're in debt when you're in debt, but when you're in debt, you believe debt is part of life, and it's not. It's just part of your life. It's if you choose to be in debt, it's totally up to you. So anyway, welcome. Today's show is about you guys, not me. So I know during this time, I hope you guys are staying safe. Don't be unnecessarily exposing yourself to the coronavirus, you know. there's a lot of things going through people's minds, not only money and financially, it's depression, people realizing the relationships they're in right now. They're thinking about, man, do I really like this job? I always hated it. Now's the time to change it. Different ideas come across. You guys might have some questions. You guys might have some questions that you might have some questions that you might say, hey, LJ, what should I do? What should I do? Financially, I always have the answer for you, man. You just got to believe it, right? This right now, believe it or not, it might seem very bad, but financially, I promise you, this is right now will change your life. You can get a get out of debt free card right now. Right now. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I can help you. I can help you see it. All right. That's true. Rain is good, LJ, for gardens. I know. Yeah. It's cool. I'm not rain doesn't rain much in South Carolina. Like in Seattle, it rained constantly. Constant gray skies, right? But here in South Carolina, it's rare, so it's not really a big deal for me. Whatever. Just 1 or 2 days, and it's still like 7. What is this temperature today? Let me see. It is, though it's raining, it's 72 degrees. And what's the day? Sunday. So it's gonna be some rain tomorrow, and then it's gonna be absolute clear skies on Tuesday and 77 degrees. I can't beat that. That's cool. Ain't no place to go but to outside anyway. So it's not like you're missing anything. I'm not missing anything. But anyway, any questions for me or any questions for the SMD family in here? It's not just about me. It's about everybody. Everybody's different experiences in this particular situation. Hello, Jewel. Welcome. Welcome. It's about everybody's different situations, from age groups to my age, to younger, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. Okay. Sometimes it's just fun getting on here and just talking to the other SMD family members, And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Much appreciated. Don't be shy. No question is a dumb question. I don't want you coming here and maybe this time right now is making you realize your money situation hasn't been right. It hasn't been right in a long time. And maybe today and right now during this time is the time to face it. Okay. And that's okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to face it. A lot of people out there, they don't even want to know how much debt they're in. If this is you got to get out of that cycle. Don't be part of that cycle to where you're too scared to know how much debt you're in. I don't want to look at my student loans because it's too much. I'll never pay it off. I've been calling them forever loans, all that stuff. Get over all that. Right now is the time, okay? Right now is the time. Right now is the time to ask all the questions you wish. Okay? Me and amongst other SMD family members in here. So get on in here. So again, I want to make sure everybody's clear. We're only going to go as long as there's questions. Okay. Participation. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to chit chat. Maybe we could talk about some current events at the time, but as long as it keeps going, cool, we'll keep going. But other than that, we're going to just cut it off. I've been doing some research on how I can deliver this show better to you guys. Like right now, I'm looking at some video capture cards so I can use my DLSR camera, so the picture can be more clear. Because hey, Ill Wills, did you see last night? Did you see how clear that dude's camera was last night on the show? That's where I'm going next. That's where I'm going. I want my camera that clear. So I've been doing research on that. I think I found the answer. So, but I'm not going to get that piece until May because things are so far behind. So it's going to be a minute. Maybe you guys got some questions of me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys got some questions of me. Maybe you want to know how I started, what life is like for me now, what is life like being debt free, things of that nature. Hello, the Beauty Tea. The Beauty Tea says, "Hi LJ, my parents ask. 5 years ago, we bought a house for $425,000. We have paid half. Should we sell now or stay due to the upcoming housing market crash?" That is a very good question. That is a very good question. And this is just my opinion, and I'm gonna let you guys see. The housing market is going to crash. It is going to crash. It is. So, my opinion, if you can get, unless you're planning to stay there, if you're planning to stay there for the next 10, 15 years, I wouldn't do anything. I would just stay there. But it counts on if you're planning to move anytime soon. If you're planning to move within the next 2 to 3 years, I would sell. But if you're staying there for the next 10, 15 years, don't even worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't move anywhere. But right now, you're going to get, would you even get top dollar? This is what I would do. I would play with it right now. If you're planning to move, right now is the time to get the top dollar for your house right now. Right now is the time, because towards the end of this year, that's not going to be an option. And this is why I say that. As soon as the stimulus money runs out, and when this $2,000 a month thing comes, or whatever, for the Democrats are proposing, or whatever like that, if that comes along and gets implemented, you'll have a little bit longer. But if that doesn't get approved, that's when the housing market crash is going to start, because nobody's going to have any money and no jobs. So if you want money, if you're planning to get out, I would put it on the market. I would, because there is going to be a housing market crash. That is guaranteed it is going to happen. Okay, there's no maybe, there is no sort of kinda. It is going to happen. BL&S Holdings, shout out to you. Super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Always contributing. Much appreciated. Let's see. Ill Will says, get it on sale. There will be fire sales. Oh yeah, there's going to be fire sales for sure. Because I'll tell you like this. Where'd it go? Shoot. The Beauty Tea, I tell you what, when the housing market crash happens, 2021, 2022, you'll be able to damn near get 2 to 3 houses for the price of one. That's how hard this housing market crash is going to make 2008 look like a newborn baby. I promise you. What's good, Randy? How you doing? Heard SC is opening up the beaches. Be safe. Hey, I ain't going. I have no, you know what? Honestly, you guys, when they do that, open the beaches, I think they're doing that for a test, because listen, it makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense. Is there a cure or a vaccine for the coronavirus? No. Why are you doing that? For a test. Hey, in my opinion, that kind of stuff is going to spread it open. They're going to spread the coronavirus even more. It just doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, there's twofold. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Oh, by opening the beaches, they're going to lower the protesting level. Okay, because right now people are coming out protesting, doing all this other stuff, right? But if they open something for the people to go to, then the likelihood of protesting is going down, because they have an outlet. So, but I don't care what they open. I'm not going. Thank you, sir. Dark Man Jeff, hey LJ, what's your typical daily schedule looking like? You know what, man? My typical daily schedule is very boring. Sometimes I have to take a break from thinking about ideas from the show. I really do have to break away and kind of meditate. I try not to immerse myself into the show 24 hours a day, because it'll just take me away, and it starts getting into my relationship and all that stuff. I shouldn't have said that out loud, because I know Mike Rambo likes to, But anyway, it like ever since, like, me and Ill Will, we was on O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel last night, and I just saw the quality of this young man's camera in his show, man. So I just always think like this. Many people don't see what's happening right now, right? The financial playing field is about to get wiped clean, right? And so I got to make sure myself, the show, the SMD family, this particular channel takes it up a notch as far as quality goes, right? And I said, if I can get my camera like that young man's camera, it just separates me. I'm separating myself from everybody else on YouTube. I'm already doing it now with just my topics, right? But if I can get my quality camera up higher than everybody else's, it just takes me up to another level. The quality, for sure. So I just do a lot of research right now. Shout out to Brittany C for the $5 super chat. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. So right now, Dark Man, it's just I wake up in the morning, have my coffee, I go out in the back patio, sit down. I sit out there in a chair for about 45 minutes, just thinking about what I'm going to talk to you guys about, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do as far as physical exercise. I might take my car to get it cleaned, go through the washer. What else I do? I kind of make sure I keep myself focused, keep myself unplugged from the news, cut off people talking about telling me how many people dying every day, protests, all that stuff. I just unplug from that stuff because I don't like to think about that kind of stuff. It'll fool you. BLS and Holding says, I'm seeing lots of disappointed guys on social media that had their $1,200 taken due to child support. Thankfully, I have no children. How should the single moms with extra money invest it? If I was a single mom with $1,200 extra, I would just sit on it right now. Invest it in yourself. Don't do anything with it because really money's on the low end of the totem pole right now. Right now, I would just sit on it, pay my basic things, food, water, electricity, phone, things of that nature. And right now, you can take the time to reduce those expenses right now. Like if you have internet and say like you have a 2-person household, right? And maybe your internet bill and cable bill is too high. This is, you know how they always give a new person the best deal, a new subscriber. Like me and my girlfriend, we only have internet here, right? But we swap back and forth as new subscribers. Okay, so 1 year the internet's in her name as a new subscriber, and then what I do is we set the date when she signs up. Say like this year was her year. She signs up, and I ask the person on the phone, "Hey, when does this expire?" They tell us the date it expires. I put it in my phone as an alarm, as a schedule to go off a year later, a week before. So a year from now, a week before the end date, an alarm goes off on my phone and says, "Hey, check to cancel the internet." So I call up a week before, cancel it, and then once it's canceled, and I wait till they turn it off. And then she calls up and say, "Hey, I want to turn it on in my name." And then it just turns on. We own our own modem, so nobody needs to come out. We just tell them the serial numbers and all that good stuff and MAC numbers, and that's it. All right. Then we get the new service every single year. And by the way, I also pay my cell phone service by the year, which is the cheapest. So I pay mine by the year from Red Pocket Mobile, and I pay $20 a month. All right. It averages out to $20 a month, $240 a year, $20 a month. Thank you, Ill Wills. Great question, BL. Straight up, great question. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's a good question. Good question, Cosmic. Why are they selling? Are they panicking? That is a multi-part question. Why are they selling? That'd be a good question. And what market is this house in? I don't think markets are going to matter in a few months. I don't even think where it's going to be, location, anything. Let's see. It Will says Michigan and Minnesota going hard in the paint protesting LJ. Jersey trying to pop their head up as well. Look at that. They're out there just Man, LJ, I bet your landlord is extremely happy you pay a year in advance, right? Right? You know what? You know what, Nicer? That's a good question too. I have a we have a manager, a owner, manager. He's the owner, obviously, of all these places around here. So you can tell he's rich. So you could clearly see that he is financially free. So he's not going to be, I know people are going to not pay their rent, but he's not going to, you could tell he's not going to be losing everything. So and this is what I worry about a lot of people out there renting right now. You don't know the financial situation if you don't know the financial situation of the people you're renting from, you might be in trouble, because if they, not now, maybe down the line, nobody's getting kicked out anytime soon. It's going to be a year, 2 years for cars get repossessed, foreclosures happen. Don't even worry about that. But I'm just talking down the line. Will says, no doubt, you already know, LJ, invest in yourself. Yeah, right now it's invest in you. Don't invest in anything outside yourself. Don't invest in stock market, real estate. Right now is a bunch of fear all over the place. It's going just like this. And as long as the government keeps getting money, you're never going to be able to tell what people have and what they're doing right now. They're just doing things out of fear right now. So don't chance it. Righteous Media Group, I would give the 1,200 back to the baby's father. Well, we already know that's not going to happen. Why? I mean, why would you give it back to the baby's father if he's behind on child support? I don't get it. Why would you do that? I was on child support for years, and I never got behind on my child support. So that never really happened to me, because I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want my taxes to be taken away. I didn't want my license to be suspended. I didn't want any of that to happen. So I always stayed on top of my child support. And I tell you guys like this right now, if you're on child support and if you're behind on child support, let me tell you something right now. Had I not been in debt, child support would have been nothing for me. Nothing. Because remember this, anytime you call something like you say, hey man, I pay $600 a month for child support, and somebody goes, whoo, that's a lot. Now remember, they can only be talking about themselves. $600 is a lot to who? You? If I got out of debt, if I was totally debt free back in the day and I got put on child support, I would not have cared. It wouldn't have bothered me at all. I was paying $1,100 a month for one kid. $1,100 a month, but I was making over $100,000 a year. Now back then, I was angry. Since I was angry, I got emotions involved, and then I got lawyers involved, and then I got court involved, and that cost me even more. Had I been debt free, I would have just paid $1,100, and it would have been nothing. I would have gave that to him a year in advance if I was debt free, but I was in debt. Car payments, credit card payments. No wonder the $1,100 was bothering me. I was in debt. Detoxing from the blue pill. What's up, LJ? Tune in for Sunday service. All right, welcome you guys. Now, you're new to the channel, you're just chiming in. Today's day this is about you guys. Any questions? Maybe it's about me, what's going on in society right now, financially, personal finances. Let me know. All right. Ill Wills, please hit the like button. Thank you, sir. Cosmic says it's Q&A Sundays. Have a question? Hop on here. LJ, here's a stream. Thank you, Cosmic Wisdom. BL, I might just pay my phone bill. Hey, man, it's BL. It's so great. I don't get a notification until next year. Hey, your bill's coming up. You want to go another year? You want to charge it? Let's go. Then I'll go and check. First, I'll go and check the price to see if they change. If they're exactly the same, I'll say yes. Click. Yep. See you next year. That's it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Ill Will says, LJ, that was good nuggets of information. Cell phone, insurance, and the cable, pay them off early. Yeah, if you can, you guys, if you're paying, check this out. If you're paying your car insurance by the month, call your insurance company and say, hey man, are you guys charging me to pool my monthly payment? Ask them that, because many people don't know that. I didn't know that. When I was in debt, I was paying my insurance by the month. And then after I got out of debt and I got to the insurance, I was like, What is this $11? I said, hey, what's that $11? Oh, that's what we charge you to pull your monthly payment. I was like, what? How do I stop that? They said by paying it every 6 months. I said, okay, every 6 months it is. Never been back. LJ, when are you making a second video with your protege? Right now he is he is tied up with his brother right now. So it's really, I gotta wait till that all that calms down until pretty soon. Let's just say pretty soon. Dark Man Jeff says, LJ pretty much helped save me from myself. Was about to get into a mortgage right before this pandemic and got started. Now I'm just sitting in my money and stacking up. See what I'm saying? I'm so glad Dark Man listened. Oh my gosh. She was like, man, I got to get out of my mama's, man. People talking. Hey, don't worry about what anybody say. If I was Dark Man, if I could get into his body and somebody would say, hey man, you live with your mom, I'll be like, I sure do. I sure do. What about it? Oh man, how old are you living with your mama? I would tell my age. I'm this age, living with my mom. Why? Why are you asking? How much debt are you in? That's why I'm living with my mama, because I don't want to be like you. BL says, I can't understand why stocks are continuing to go up. They're almost back to where they were before the big drop, because it's fake. That's not real. This, I'll tell you why, BL. People are refinancing their houses, pulling out the equity and investing in the stock market. People are getting their stimulus checks and investing in the stock market because they think they're taking advantage of something. But what they don't know, the majority of people don't know that they're doing, they're in the negative. It's mathematically impossible to invest negative dollars into anything. So if somebody is in debt, doesn't know they're trying to invest money that's not even theirs, they're investing borrowed money into the stock market. It's fake. It's going to crash. That's going to crash so hard. How do I know this? Millions are out of work. Millions. That is fake. That's totally fake. Don't fall for it. The housing market is going to crash harder than you ever seen before in history. How do I know this? Millions are out of work. That means millions of people. There are trillions of dollars in mortgage loan debt. Trillions. That's millions of people that believe they're homeowners. Millions. They're about to find out that they're not. Damn near all of them, especially people with subprime mortgages. They're going to be the first ones. It Will says, LJ, you better get him before he gets an agent. He will be a star. Oh yeah, he's got a gift. I ain't gonna lie, he's gifted. He's very gifted. He sometimes he knows it, but I when he tries to use his gift on me, I'll be like, hey, I see it. So don't use that on me. I know exactly what you're doing. You might use that on your mama, you might use that on your grandma, but you ain't using that on me. Sorry, I was gifted too. You're gifted. I know what you're doing. You're not doing that. Yeah, I agree with Cosmic right there. My theory, but you know what, Cosmic? This is what I think. It probably will stay high if they bring in that $2,000 a month, that what they're trying to propose, giving everybody, it's gonna go up because people are gonna take that money, invest it in the stock market, stimulate the economy. You notice how they're taking stimulus checks, they're going to buy TVs and all this stuff with money that they don't even have. But if this is twofold, if the $2,000 a month thing happens, stocks are going to go up. People are going to start spending. But I say it's going to have to happen, because once the stimulus money runs out, people are not going to starve. They're going to steal before they starve. Crime is going to go through the roof if this $2,000 thing doesn't pass. So I personally believe it's going to pass. It has to pass, right? That's going to ride. That'll give them enough money to ride out to the end of the year. But once December hits, because it's only a limited time. I don't know how long they're going to let that 2,000. When I was reading it, they said it's going to keep going until the economy gets back on track. Who knows? I don't know what that means. That could be for the next 2 years. Everybody in the country is going to get $2,000 a month for what, a year, 2 years? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I don't see that going that long. I don't see it happening. Ill Will says, pumping and dumping airline industry is supposed to receive a bailout. I'm sure they are. Sure they are. Shout out to Michael Rambo for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your support. What's going on, Dave Sincere? How you doing, sir? Dave Sincere says, I definitely would not use the bank's money to invest in the stock market unless I knew for a fact there was a surefire win. Surefire win is not to invest in anything outside yourself. And anyway, if you're new to the channel, this is what I always want. If you're thinking about investing into the stock market or real estate or whatever you're thinking, this is what I want you to do. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest. If that number's in the negative, investing outside of yourself is not even an option, so don't even entertain it. All those people you're seeing investing in, the majority of those people that you're seeing investing in the stock market are broke. The people with money, they're shorting the stocks right now. They're shorting them because it's fake. That's not real. That's not real. Trust me. BL says people are already collecting $1,000 a week for unemployment. I know, crazy. Think about it this way: the SBA loans that are coming out are supposedly to pay people's payroll checks or whatever, right? But the majority of people are making more money doing nothing right now. They're doing nothing. Do you think they even want to go back to work? No, they don't want to go back to work. Shout out to Ill Wills. Thank you, sir. Darkman says, legitimately confused about the $2,000 a month. The country is already operating in a budget deficit. I don't see how they are going to make the last 400s of millions of that excuse me. I don't know how they're going to make that last for hundreds of millions of people. It's called what is that, Cosmic? The Something Care Act. You know, they have these different pools of money, okay? And it's something called the Something Care Act. That's what I've read. I don't know the details about it. I'm just telling you guys the brief overview. And my personal opinion about it, it has to happen. Because $1,200, $2,400, how long you guys think that's going to last? It's going to be, everybody's going to have their money spent by summertime. People are on social media flashing money like this. Ooh, look at all this money. $1,200. Why do you put that on camera? That's nothing. Only broke people do that. Cosmic says that stimulus bill for $2,000 a month still needs to go through two groups. It'll pass. It has to pass. It still has to pass. You know, it has to pass. You know why? Again, I keep saying it. When the stimulus money runs out, you think people out there are going to just starve? They're going to let their family starve? No, they're going to steal. Crime is going to go through the roof. If that doesn't pass, you better not be walking around here in red bottoms, driving Mercedes and flashing that you got money while the majority of people around here with no money and they're starving. They're going to steal from you. All morals and laws go out the window when you're hungry. Have I ever been to that level in my life? No. People always say what they would do until it happens to them. You get to starving, you're looking at your kid, and your kid's hungry, and you got no money, you're going to steal. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Trust me. Pumping and dumping in the Ill Will says, pumping and dumping in the market. Small fish come into the stock market to gobble up the little fish. Little fish and fresh money. I've worked at hedge funds. They call the plays out loud. See, I don't even really understand that kind of stuff. I just, people always ask me, hey man, you know anything about the stock market? Nope. I know how to pick a person that does. That's easy. I just look at their personal credit report. If there's a stock investor, hedge fund investor, whatever, what you call them, if they say they're good at this, I say, cool, let me see your personal credit report and I'll believe you. Their personal credit report will tell me if they know what they're talking about. That's what I keep saying, Cosmic. Cosmic, what do you think is going to happen when the stimulus money runs out? What happens then? If nobody has no money and there's no jobs available for them to even make money and they're on quarantine, that's not going to happen. That's got it. That there's going to be stealing. Crime's going to go through the roof if it doesn't pass. BL says, yeah, they basically got a promotion for losing their jobs. I'm sure there are people trying to get fired to get the raise. Can you get? Yeah, I guess to get laid off. Yeah, they would love to be sitting at home and making all that money. Like right now, it's extra $600 on unemployment. You get extra food stamps. Hey, man, but they not. I guarantee you, those people are not looking at like, man, I better save this money. I guarantee you, they're not. Go on social media. Look how many people are anxiously waiting for their checks. They're in debt. That's why they're anxiously waiting for it, because if you wasn't in debt, you would check to see if it showed up. You wouldn't be like, oh my God, I better check at midnight. I better keep refreshing my account. No, you don't do any of that. Darkman says, man, my stimulus money is stimulating right in my savings account. Yeah, and I'm sure that stimulus money, man, I'm sure you guys, hey, Darkman, since that stimulus money is coming in, or has food delivery gone up? I bet you it's shot through the roof. I wish I could see the fast food statistics right now. I bet you fast food sales are through the roof right now. Brittany C says, I'd be scared if they give $2,000 a month. Why would you be scared? Don't get me wrong. They give out the $2,000. I love it. Hey, cool. Stack it on top. Stack. Put it on the top. But my personal opinion, that has to happen. Now that they're opening the beaches, check it out. They opened the beaches in Florida. Now, and they gave a 3, I don't know how it's about South Carolina, but in Florida, in Jacksonville, they gave a 3-hour window. How many people you think are going to head to the beach within that 3-hour window? Because if they don't go there between 5 and 8, they're not going to be able to go. How many people you think going to shoot down there and try to get on that beach? That kind of stuff just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Why would you open the beaches if there's no cure or vaccine for the coronavirus? I don't know why you're doing that. Protesting, you're keeping it low. Maybe you're looking for some more money for the state. I have no idea, because that makes no sense. If you're going to just open the beaches, you close them first because people were gathering at the beaches and they didn't like it. Now you open them. It just doesn't. See, when something doesn't make sense, there's a reason. So I'm just trying to figure out the reason. Darkman says, man, I've been crazy. I've been busy like crazy. I've been getting notification that it's busy in the area. I'm good. I've had my money for the week. I'm chilling. See what I'm saying? It's got that stimulus money comes in. People they spend it just as fast as they get it. People in debt. This is why it doesn't matter when you give people in debt money. It doesn't matter, because they do the same things. Nothing changes. They look at that stimulus check as free money. Oh, that's free. No, it's not. You think it's free? It's not free. No, it's going to cost you now, later, because people don't know this. Like, for example, with all this extra unemployment, I guarantee you the majority of people are checking the option, I will pay my taxes later on that unemployment money. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Ill Will says, big fish will swallow up the little fish in the stock market. New players investing $1,200 losing. Sure will. When Facebook stock went live, the big boys were already in there manipulating the price of the stock. I get it, And it's not even, when you say the big boys, Ill Wills, they're no different than us. They just have more money because they just believe in mathematics. That's it. This is not hard to see, and when the stocks go up, this is so fake about it, right? People with no money will look at the stock market and say, oh man, it's going up. I better use my money to get in while I can, not knowing that it's about to crash. That's fake. That's a balloon. You know who's getting paid? The guys that know it's fake, that have money and know how to play it to short the stocks. Nicer says the protesters just act like whining little brats. Yeah. Hey, man, they do what they. You think I'm going down there in that crowd? I saw San Diego. I saw a protest in San Diego online. I was looking at that crowd of people. I'm like, are you guys insane? There's a killer virus floating around. Yeah, I get it. You know, you don't want to be trapped. But what about your kids? What if you go to the protest, contract the virus, and bring it home to your family? That just doesn't make any sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would you do that? Why would you? I could see if you just by yourself, right? And you live alone, you don't even have nobody with you, and it's just you. Okay, you want to go out there and risk? Cool, do that. But you got a wife and kids and dogs and stuff at home, whatever. Well, I don't know if it affects dogs, but other family members at home, why would you risk that? I wouldn't. That makes no sense to me. Cosmic says, I'm not saying it's right, LJ. UTDI. See states reopening first versus that $2,000 bill stimulus passing. I don't know why the states are reopening, but it's not going to. That this what I think, Cosmic. This what I think. This is the reason why I think they're reopening. Okay, or they're talking about it. First of all, they have to say it. They can't tell people, hey, nothing's going to change for another 18 months. People would go. There would be martial law. People would go out in the streets and riot and steal and loot if you told people 18 months. So you got to give them these bite sides of information. Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. The likelihood of them going to do it? No, they're not. There's no cure. There's no cure. And even if they did open up, say like they said, hey, you guys can go back to work now. Half the people are going to go, wait a minute. Is there a cure yet? No? Then why would I do that? But you got to remember also, Cosmic, people are in debt. People in debt will do what they're told. They will take that risk. You know why? Because they're doing it right now. There are people right now working outside in the killer virus with a 20% pay cut. They got to work the same hours with a 20% pay cut. Why? Because they're in debt. So you're risking your life for less money in the same hours? Only debt makes people do that. Only slaves work the same amount of hours for 20% less. If they told me, if I was working, they told me I was going to be making 20% less and I got to work the same amount of hours, I would say, no, I'm not. I quit. I don't do that. I quit. BL says, folks are still playing the lottery pretty heavy in my home state. God gave them the $1,200. Oh my gosh. I didn't even look that one up, BL. I didn't even look that one up. Shout out to BL. Thanks for the discussion, LJ. You're welcome, sir. Shout out for the super chat. Thank you very much. I think, you know what? I think this stuff is important, man. I really do. I think these kind of discussions are important. All these different questions, different perspectives on answers, I'm just going by the numbers. It will says at this pace, we will never get rid of the virus. It's just a vortex at this point. Just keep your distance. Yeah. Keep your immune system up. I would start researching on building your immune system. If you have to eat more, eat differently. Maybe this is the time to eat different stuff to build your immune system. Lose weight, go walking, and increase your health. That's what I would do. Cosmic says, I feel you, Ill Wills. I don't care if states reopen or not. I'll be at the house. Exactly. Me too, Cosmic. I don't care if they open the beaches. I heard my girlfriend told me this morning, oh, I heard they open and the beaches in South Carolina. I was like, so? Why? I know, whatever. I ain't going. Thank you, Cosmic. Just to reiterate, you guys, today is about you guys. All right? It's about you guys. This show will go on as long as there are questions. As long as there are, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't be shy. You can jump in anytime. Nobody's going to jump all over you and call you dumb or, don't feel like you're stupid or whatever. Just get over that stuff. Right now is the time to change. Right now. Darkman says, I was at a store yesterday and an old man was buying $100 worth of scratch offs. Oh my. Do you guys know the real, you hear stimulus checks, right? The reason why it's called that, because the majority of people that get those checks that think it's a lot of money, they're going to return it back into the economy. They're going to stimulate the economy. The government know they're going to get that money back. They give it out. It sounds like they're giving because they know they're going to get it right back. They know they're going to get it right back. I was at Walmart. I was telling you guys the other day, I was at Walmart. Saw these two young dudes rolling out with a brand new 70-inch TV. I just want to go, are you crazy? A TV? Really, a TV. I saw Apple was selling a brand new cheaper phone for $499 and all this other stuff. All these businesses. Imagine a big bucket of water and everybody's in it. And it's just like a bucket of water with about maybe 12 inches of water in it, right? And everybody with stimulus checks in there, and all the business are hanging around it with fishing poles with lines in the end of it. Just put whatever they put their bait on there, just dip it in the bucket of stimulus money, and then people come out with a big fish. That's all. It's no different when it's tax time, when people they're happy about getting their income tax returns. And then also you see all these sales, car sales, food sales, black sales, white sales, Friday night sales, whatever, to take all that money back. Nicer says it's good that we ain't polluting the planet as much right now. Oh, the air is fresh, Nicer. People born and raised in the city aren't aware that concrete buildings aren't our natural habitat. You know what's so crazy? When I go out and walk, you could just see and smell the air is different. You can tell nature is just loving this right now. Birds, and can you imagine nature? They're doing whatever they want to do. Whatever. I bet you there's more wild animals in the city walking around right now than ever. Black Knight says the federal government is encouraging the states to reopen to prevent the economy from collapsing. The needs of 330 million Americans outweigh the loss of 3.3 million lives. I see what you're saying, Black Knight. I do. And I get it. I get what they're doing. I get it. But it still doesn't make any sense. You're reopening nothing. Like, check this out, Black Knight. They closed everything because of the coronavirus. Nothing has changed. Nothing. So they're going to reopen it. It doesn't make any sense. That when something doesn't make sense, that means something is usually not true. There's something else that I cannot see, because there's something else that I'm not able to see that's going to make it make sense. Right now, reopening I think they're just saying it. I think the beaches are the best thing to reopen. Okay, that's kind of all right, whatever, right? But you go to reopen businesses, that's something totally different. That's something totally different. They also know people in debt will take the risk. They will take the risk. How do I know this? There are people taking risks right now with a 20% pay cut. That's how I know they're going to accept it. And this is what a lot of people don't know. Big salaries, those things are a thing of the past. There's millions of people unemployed. Businesses can name their salaries right now. Hey, we're only paying minimum wage. You know how many people are going to jump all over those minimum wage jobs? Millions. How do I know this? There's a waiting list for food delivery jobs right now. A waiting list. A waiting list. And if you're a person out there that has accepted a 20% pay cut, I got some bad news for you. You're never getting that back. They're never giving you that 20% back. If they knew they could get you to accept a 20% pay cut instead of hazardous pay and work the same amount of hours, you're never getting that money back. If you protest and say, hey, man, I'm not doing that, you know what they're going to do? They're going to fire you. And then they're going to hire somebody and pay them even less and work more hours than you. Brittany C says, me too. I saw a couple at Walmart with a 72-inch. Yeah, look at that. You can't say anything. I just want to walk up to him and say, why are you buying that TV? Because you're broke. Ill Will says, people will try to sue companies if they get sick in the office and the corporations are not providing gloves or masks. LJ, I think your hypothesis about the 1099 contract forms coming to light. Oh, that's going to, hey, those are facts, Ill Will. It just haven't come to fruition yet. Those are facts. This is the time businesses are going to be like, damn, right now we can be like Uber. We can have a big multi-million-dollar company and have no employees. No employees. None. That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening. BL says, have you ever worked from home? I'm wondering if I can count my internet payments and office supplies towards next year's taxes. That's a question for Cosmic. I know I've worked from home, but I never claimed it on my taxes and all that other stuff. But yeah, that's a question for Cosmic. I think Cosmic can answer that question. But I'm sure you can, as long as it's somehow tied into business expenses. And right now, pretty much the majority of people are going to be working from home. I'm sure they can tie that into a business expense. I'm sure. Cosmic says, it's the government. They never make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But things that don't make sense, like I always look for the thing that will make it make sense. That when I see something like, especially in finances, if something doesn't make sense, there's a reason why it doesn't make sense. Like, for example, people believe taxes are the reason why people can't get ahead. Taxes are the reason why people are broke. I used to think that when I was in debt. When I was in debt, I was like, oh man, these taxes are too high. I can't live over there because those taxes are high. I can't buy that because once I got out of debt, and I was like, oh, that's why taxes are high in that area. Okay. If they want to improve an area, all they got to do is raise the taxes, move out the people with no money, and then the people with money move in. That's how it works. But if you have money, it won't matter if they raise the taxes, because if you have money, create a successful business, and you will never legally pay taxes again. Your customers will. That's how it works. Thank you, Nicer. What's up, Joseph? Today's Q&A Sundays, you guys. It's about you, your questions. We got answers. Maybe you're at the house, don't know what to do. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, there is a new economy coming. It's being formed right now. The new economy is being formed right now. Are you ready to start? I could teach you how to be on the starting line. If you want to start on the starting line is zero. Your finances got to be at zero. Okay. A lot of people don't even know they're not even at zero yet. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the number where you start from. So if it's well below zero, which 85% of Americans are, they're in debt. You got to get up to zero. So when this new economy comes, when this housing market crash happens, you be at zero, you get to take off. And never look back. Never look back. What's up, Hyphy? The percentage of utilities used for work are tax deductible. Whatever space you dedicated solely for the work is considered office space. The percentage of office space you pay for is deductible. See? Got the answers in here. Got all the answers in here. Any other questions? Any questions? Maybe questions about what's going on. Maybe any questions for me. You want to join the conversation? You can. Join the show. You don't have to get on camera. You can choose to turn off your camera. What I've been doing is just basically thinking about just new ideas of what I can bring to you guys. I'm excited about this new little thing. I'm not going to get it till May though, because of everything going on. I'm not going to get this thing till May. So, but I saw that dude's camera last night. I was like, oh yeah, I got to get that. I got to get that. That will stand me out from, you know how many people that's going to stand me out from on YouTube? Oh man, that camera was just excellent. That camera quality was excellent. I was like, dude, how you get your camera so clear, man? And then I had to figure out this thing. I'm like, oh crap, I got to get one of those things. That's how they do it. Okay, all right, it's cool. It's worth it. It's worth it. Herbert says, LJ, my car has 292,000 miles on it. As a retiree on a fixed income, what should I do? About your car? If nothing's wrong with it, I wouldn't do anything. Is something wrong with it? If you if it goes out, this is what I would do, Herbert. This is what I would do. If you like that car, I would be researching prices of new engines right now. Where you're gonna get it, who's gonna install it. So if you like your car, the whole body of the car is good, I would be researching engines for it. Engine and training. Hey man, I'm trying to price around how much it's going to cost to what do you guys do? How long it's going to take you to replace the engine and transmission in this car? So when it goes out, you don't have to look. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to worry about trusting anybody. You say, I'm going to this person, drop it off. They're going to put a new engine and training in it. Because that's what I'm going to do with my truck, Herbert. My truck odometer says 260 something, right? It doesn't feel like it. I don't know why I don't know if somebody did anything to it, but anyway, it says 262. You know what I'm gonna do when the engine goes out? I'm gonna put another engine in it. I'm gonna put a brand new engine in it, or rebuilt or whatever, right? Probably most likely a rebuilt engine in it, and then I'm gonna go another 100, 200,000 miles. That's what I'm gonna do. Yep, ride it till the wheels fall off, man. I like my truck. I like the body of my truck. Again, if the engine goes out, I'm just going to put a new engine in it. That's it. What's up, Quentin? Welcome. Hey, Linnell. Do you see companies going to staffing agencies for workers instead of doing 1099? No, I think, my personal opinion, I think they're going to follow Uber model. I just think they're going to follow that model. That model just makes sense. It's proven. Like Uber's doing it. What's the other rideshare company? I always forget their names. The pink one, whatever. Those guys, they're all 1099. Delivery drivers, food delivery drivers, 1099. That model works. And check it out right now, Quentin. Check this out. Millions are out of work. So if businesses follow that model right now, they have their pick. For years, they will have the pick of people to work for them. There will always be a waiting list for jobs, always, because the whole platform has changed. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. Fallout, you should give some advice for the college students. Most of them will be 1 to 3 years behind looking for a job. What should they do? I'm a tradesman. Let me see. Because I can imagine being a college student and then right now everything just switched on you right now, and you might be in a profession that deals directly with people. Right now, I would sit back and I would look at the environment. This is what I would do. If I was in college right now, I would look back at the environment right now and realize, first of all, you're young, so it's okay. You can right now is the time to change. So it's not a big deal. If you're in college right now, you're really young. Hey, I spent all this money and this time, put in this work. Don't worry about that. You're young. Doesn't matter. This age, you can make mistakes. It doesn't matter, right? Take a step back. Look at the environment. Right now, the whole playing field is being changed. Anybody with real estate right now, it's going down. It's going down. You're losing. You got a mortgage right now. You're about to lose. Okay. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. You're losing. Okay. It's going to happen. Right. Remote jobs are shooting through the roof. I would switch majors and be some kind of master remote person, internet person, anything to do with the internet, remote work, this and that. If you can do it remotely, those jobs are going to be through the roof. What else? What else would I do? I would find something most definitely over the internet. Most definitely. That's the over the internet jobs, or find out what your passion is right now. Figure out your passion and go with it. It doesn't matter who believes in it, as long as you believe in it. Just do it. Put it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't care about what anybody else says. Doesn't matter, especially people in debt. All right. Don't worry about what anybody in debt gives you advice. Don't do that ever. God, this is a new time. Believe it or not, if you're in college right now, I know it seems bad, but you're at the very beginning of a whole new world. Okay, everybody's new to this right now. Everybody, believe it or not, anybody that you've seen in something before 2020 and they were very successful or whatever, right now the game has changed. It doesn't matter what they was doing over there. Right now it's brand new. So right now, learn, look, observe that nothing's happening for the next 18 months. Just kick back, look and observe. Look on the internet. Don't get caught up in all these Facebook challenges, TikTok challenges. Those are things that keep the regular people busy. While the people that understand that this is a big change going on, they're concentrating on the big changes while everybody else is busy with challenges. Don't get caught up in those challenges. Leave your eyes open, unplug from the news, unplug from TikTok, unplug from Facebook, unplug from all that stuff so you can hear and see what's going on, okay? Dark Man says, I'm actually looking forward for some mobile homes to become cheap. I have some land that I can put something on. Everything's going to come cheap, Darkman. Everything. 2021, 2022. Ooh, wee. You guys are going to see. Like, okay, I'm going to point out some things that you probably haven't noticed if you've been wrapped up in all this hysteria. You probably haven't noticed that time doesn't matter anymore. The days of the week, you probably forget all the time what day it is, what time it is, if it's a Saturday or Sunday, because it doesn't matter. It never has mattered. It only matters to people in debt who work 40 hours a week. It only matters to them, right? It doesn't matter if you're a star, if you're a movie star, a music star, a rapper. Everybody's on the same playing field. Nobody's a celebrity anymore. Have you noticed that? Nobody's a celebrity. Nobody. Everybody's even. Now, you got to see this, though. I see this. And if you're young and in college, I really want you guys to see this because you're going to be a multimillionaire if you just stay focused. Just stay focused. Get out of debt and pay attention to this new, brand new economy. It's brand new. This kind of stuff must happen because the financial waters got too muddy. If you're young, you can't really tell who got money, who's rich, who's talking the right thing, who's doing this. You will now because people in debt, they won't last 18 months because you better believe this is going 18 months. This is going 18 months minimum. I don't care if they reopen business. I don't care if they reopen the beaches. None of that matters. There is no cure there is no vaccine yet for the coronavirus. So whatever they're doing, it doesn't mean anything. Maybe they're doing a test. I don't know why they're doing it. They closed the beaches for a reason because of the coronavirus. Now you're going to reopen it without the coronavirus vaccine? That makes absolutely no sense. Corey Anderson says, I have tax problems about $26,000 worth. This is over 5 years with interest. What should I do? I pay monthly installments, but it's not going anywhere. This is what I suggest, Corey. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Whatever that, yes, including your mortgage, yes, including student loans, yes, including your IRS debt, yes, including all that, right? Bankruptcy Chapter 7, I'm only talking about Chapter 7 only. Bankruptcy Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years. Now, if you don't believe that you can pay off all that debt in 10 years, file Chapter 7, okay? Chapter 7 is not, I repeat, is not going to get rid of your $26,000 worth of IRS debt. But with all your other debt wiped off the table, you can put your full concentration on paying off that IRS debt. Because let me tell you something, Corey, that is the number one debt you do not ever in a million years want. You want that gone. You don't go on vacations. You don't buy no cars. You don't get no credit cards. You get rid of that IRS debt. Totally get rid of it. That's one thing. It's like this, Corey. When I was growing up and I was a young man, I really didn't understand taxes. But once I heard you can go to prison for not paying your taxes, I thought to myself, that's got to be important. That's not even that's not even a violent crime Okay, that's not, you didn't kill nobody, you didn't stab anybody, but you can go to prison. I thought to myself, that must be something important. I don't quite understand it yet, but it must be something important. Now that I'm out of debt, I fully understand it. You know why you can go to prison for tax evasion? Taxes are the backbone of this whole economy, this whole system. If they didn't make people pay, they wouldn't even participate. They would just keep all the money to themselves, and none of this would work. It would never work if that wasn't in place. Layman ID. I hope I said that right. Layman D. Thank you. Shout out for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you, sir. Any advice you got for guys in their 20s, debt free? I am 23, by the way. Any book recommendations? I read more spiritual books. You know, I read books like I read books by like Eckhart Tolle, financial books. I read books from God, what's that book? Robert Kiyosaki's tax advisor book. I read his book. Look up Robert Kiyosaki's tax person, right? I read his tax books. 23 and you're debt free. I would make sure to never, ever finance anything in less than a house, ever. If you do that one move, if you never finance anything less than a house, you will be a millionaire. You will be, okay? Understand the tax system. Take the time to understand the tax. Not the whole tax system, just the amount of money you make. Whatever amount of money you make at a job, understand that bracket. So you read all the knowledge you need to understand in your tax bracket, okay? Don't trust anybody about with your taxes that their credit report doesn't look like your credit report, because when you're debt free, your credit report looks a certain way. It has a bunch of zeros on it, not the credit score, but the credit report. It has a bunch of zeros. If you have somebody doing your taxes, especially your business taxes, ask to see their personal credit report first, especially right now, because there's a lot of people going underwater and they're grasping at anything to get money. They're doing anything. They're cutting corners. They're charging high prices. They're doing all this stuff because they're trying to stay afloat, not realizing they're already underwater. They're just not recognizing it. All right. So that's the best advice I recommend, especially at a 23-year-old, man. If somebody would have told me at 23, Linnell, don't you ever finance anything less than a house, that would have been the best advice ever. Anybody in the group have some book recommendations for them? That'd be nice. Joseph Brown says, I won't take any vaccine. My immune system is built to beat this thing. You know what's so crazy about that, Joseph? This is what I think about that, though. I was watching I follow a guy on YouTube. I'm sorry, I always be forgetting people's names. Just a second. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys one second. It's getting hot in here. Oh, Infinite Waters. Okay. One second. I'm gonna shoot this link in here for you guys. This is who I follow on YouTube, okay? Because right now, what you guys understand, it's not about money. Okay, it's right now, it's about helping people and helping yourself. First, you must help yourself, and then you help others. Because who are people going to remember after this pandemic is over? The people that help them. Okay, nobody has no money. People don't have money right now to be buying stuff. They really don't. The smart people know they gotta stay on the money, the little bit of money they have right now. That is a good book for sure. See right there, Lamon? That's a good book. Back to Joseph. What I was saying, I was thinking, man, I know for a fact they're going to make this vaccine mandatory. They're going to make it mandatory. And it's going to be no different than a drug test. When you go to get a job, they require drug testing. This is just going to be another one added to that list. It's going to be a test. Hey, do you got your certificate? COVID ID, when I was watching this guy, COVID ID stands for Certificate of Vaccination ID. Certificate of Vaccination ID. Oh, excuse me. Easy, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yeah, that's a good book. I enjoyed that book. That was good. I just think you got to remember this. Robert Kiyosaki is not talking to broke people. He's not, what the information he provides, he's not talking to people who are in debt. Because when people hear Robert Kiyosaki talk, he'd be like, oh man, I get debt. I use debt to do this. I use debt to do this. He's not talking about personal debt. He's not. But people in debt hear Robert Kiyosaki say that, and they're like, hey, wait a minute, Robert uses debt. I can use debt. No, Robert's not in personal debt. He's talking about business debt, not personal debt. I promise you, he's not. Thank you, Eel Wills. Trying to get that up. Oh, Jewel says science of getting rich. Amazing. Okay, let me write that down too. We're all learning here. I don't know everything. Thank you, Jewel. Write that down. Science of getting rich. If you're young, this is what I want you guys to understand this, right? If you're trying to be rich, if you're going after money, thinking whatever you're going to do is going to make you more money, the money is going to throw you off. Look for your passion. Right now is the time to do what your passion is. Whatever that is that you would love to do, you would do it for free. That is what you should be going for. You turn that into a profit. Right now, the Savings Minus Debt family, this whole thing, this is my passion. This is obvious. You guys can see I'm on 3 hours a day talking. That's obviously my passion. If I hated this, you think I would be on this channel 3 hours a day? No, I wouldn't be on there. I sleep, drink, and eat this. You guys like this. This is how you know. This is how you know if it's your passion. Okay. Anybody listening in the room, I want you guys to listen closely. This is how you know whatever it is you're doing is your passion. When you have a stranger that doesn't know who you are, and they say to you, hey, LJ, you've changed my life. That's how you know it's your passion, because people don't say that to people accidentally. That doesn't accidentally come out of people's mouths. I've never walked up to a person and accidentally said, hey, you've changed my life. I've never accidentally said that, ever. That's how you know it's your passion, because whatever it is, it will change another person's life. That's how you know. Cosmic says Robert Kiyosaki is definitely for people that have their finances in order, not for the broke. No, you're right. You're right, Cosmic, but not for the broke. Excuse me. I know what you're trying to say, but it's not for the broke. But if you're in debt and you don't know you're broke and you listen to Robert Kiyosaki, you're going to believe you're going to hear what he's saying wrong, because when I listen to Robert, I know exactly who he's talking to. He's not talking to people in debt. He's not. You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Lemon. You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions to me? Anybody in the room? Maybe want to throw some questions out in the room to. Cosmic is a good resource when it comes to real estate and taxes and write-offs and all that other stuff. I don't know anything about that. I mean, a little bit, but not very knowledgeable about it. But I'm fully concentrated on this. When I start making money, and then the IRS looks at me and say, hey, LJ, you're making money, that's when I'll pay close attention to it, or I'll hire somebody to do it. Okay? But like I said, don't mess around with taxes, okay? Please make sure that it's straight. If you don't understand it, make sure you hire somebody that understands it. You don't even have to know about it. Just hire the right person that does. Because when this business grows and blows up, when it grows and blows up, I'm gonna hire an excellent tax person. I'm gonna say, hey man, let me see your credit report. They're gonna show it to me, and if it looks like mine, I'm gonna say, okay, cool. You know what I mean, right? You know to follow all the rules, right? No hiding of money, no cutting corners, no none of that, right? Yeah, okay. See you later. Any other questions? These are people say, hey, LJ, you doing these predictions. I don't look at what I'm telling you guys as predictions. This is just what I see. Doesn't it? These things just make sense to me. Now, I wouldn't be able to see any of this if I was in debt. I wouldn't even know what to do. I would probably be following along just like everybody else. Ooh, look at the stock market. Hey, let me get that free money and invest it into the stock market and this and that and blah, blah, blah. No, whatever those numbers that you guys are seeing in the stock market right now. If you're in debt, you don't. First of all, you don't have any money to invest. That's the first thing you need to understand. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest. If it's in a negative, you mathematically have to borrow the money to invest in the stock market. And if you're borrowing the money to invest in the stock market, you're not investing your money, you're investing the bank's money. So not only are you borrowing at a percentage rate from the bank, you're going to invest it in there for them. They can't lose. If you lose the money, you still owe the bank. If you invest in something and it does make money, guess what? That's the bank's money. That's not your money. Either way, it's a win-win for the bank, not a win-win for you. You might look at it and think it's for you, but whatever. Math doesn't care what people believe. Doesn't matter. Gabriel says, nah, my taxes are large, LJ. Large. Large. LJ is learning Spanish. Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that, Cosmic. You're right. You're right. I'm expanding into growing turmeric and ginger in my garden, as well as studying some real estate investing techniques. What have any of you all tried new since the lockdown? Yeah, you're right, Cosmic. I totally forgot about that. Because I haven't advanced, I haven't, I don't know. I got to get over the hump of learning the Spanish vowels, e, o, u, and you got to roll the R's and double R, regular R, and the enye, and when to use it. And I'm still in baby steps of Spanish, okay? But it's a thing that I've always wanted to learn all my life, so I'm doing it. It's free on the internet. It's free. I got Gabriel here to try some things out on if I want. Gabriel, tell me if I'm doing it right or saying it right or wrong. Any questions, you guys? We're going to go as long as you guys are asking questions of me or anybody in the group. Please don't forget to join the Discord server. We're trying to get more and more people to join. Nicer says, I'm going to watch Selena vids and learn how to do the washing machine. Let's see. Somebody. Okay. Oh. Somebody give me some information. It's a nationwide today marks the 245th anniversary of the battle at the Concord. The shot heard around the world, the beginning of the Revolutionary World War. Gabriel got that slang, local speaker Spanish. LJ, you learning that proper Spanish? Oh, I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna run my proper Spanish across Gabriel, because either way, he'll understand what I'm saying. But any other questions, you guys? Any other questions? If you are in the middle of if you're feeling that fear right now, you're scared, you don't know what to do, because I can only imagine a lot of people right now that they've been working at a job for years. They've been associating that job title with themselves, and now it's been stripped away. Now, so not only has your job been stripped away from you, you have 40 plus hours of your life back in your life every single day. Now you're like, what am I going to do with all this time? The internet, YouTube. You got plenty of time to do whatever it is you wish. Right now, you got plenty of time. Use this time wisely. Learn more about yourself. Reflect. You don't get out of the social media where you have to be grinding 24 hours a day. Sit back in silence. A lot of things come to me in silence. When things are quiet around me, that's when I get most of my knowledge, I don't know how to explain it, but most things come to me when I'm in silence, when there's not a lot of noise around me. So do that. Ivy says, remember, tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance is 100% legal. Always remember what Hyphy just said. That's very important. Tax evasion, illegal. Tax avoidance is legal. Tax avoidance is money in your pocket. That's phantom income. Darkman says, I wish I had more things to say, but just listening at this point. That's cool, Darkman. You don't have to. There's 43, look like 43 people in here. You guys don't have to be quiet. You guys can say something. Don't be shy. It's safe here. This is the safe zone. It's safe here. If you're in fear right now is the time to let it go. Say it, ask it. You're not alone. Millions of people are in trouble just like you, are worried, not even in trouble. Really, I'm not even gonna say those words because right now is a reset button. You get to start from zero right now. All you got to do is say this to yourself. If you don't even know how much debt you're in, that's a problem. Right now, you can check. Sign up for a Credit Karma account. You don't even have to look through all the bills. They usually state the number right at the top of how much debt you're in, right at the top. If you look at that number, say, it's going to take me more than 10 years of my life to pay that off, file for Chapter 7, not 13, not Chapter 13, Chapter 7. Now, I know you're thinking, LJ, what if I file Chapter 7, I'll lose everything. If the bank's name on it, if the bank's name is on it and your name is on it at the same little title, you don't own it. The bank owns it. That's why their name is on it. Let it go. Let it go. Come over to the new economy at zero. Zero is the starting line. Zero. Get to zero. I'm already here. I'm already there at zero. I'm just sitting back and let all the panic just go. I'm not investing in anything. I'm not even paying attention to the stock market. I'm not even paying attention to the real estate market. I'm not paying attention to the business market. All those people in business right now that have been running up to their eyeballs in debt month after month after month, they're being wiped off the board. Those SB, like those small business administration, those small business loans, they got rules. Hey, this money only can be used for this. This money only can be used for that, and then it'll be forgiven if you use it the way we tell you to use it. There are so many people in fear right now. Do you think they're going to follow the rules? No, they're going to take that money and use it the way they want because they'll just think, oh, whatever, I'll just pay it back when things get back on track. No, it's not. It's never going back on track. Instead of just letting the business go, they're gonna go deeper in debt to try to keep something that they don't even own. They didn't even own before the pandemic, but they're gonna dig themselves deeper in the hole. All those people are gonna be wiped off the board. So, for example, we was talking about this the other day. Daycare. If daycare was your passion, opening a daycare facility. Do you guys know how many facilities are going to be available with discounted equipment? Gym equipment is going to be discounted. All those gyms are going to close down. Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness. Then they got to get rid of all that equipment. They're going to be selling at rock bottom prices. Open up a gym in your local area where you're at, in your garage, in your neighborhood, right? That's the only kind of places people are going to trust to work out in. People that they can see clearly, that people are not coming in sweating all over the equipment. They're going to clearly be able to see that it gets wiped down after every session. Open up if you got a good sized garage, open up one in your neighborhood. People will pay you for it. Put cameras in there too, so they can just log in and maybe they can see people working out, see you spraying down and cleaning your equipment after every session. They can walk people, since people are going to be working from home, they can get up, walk down the street to their neighborhood's garage. Hey, I got an appointment to work out. Cool, here we go. Let's go. And then they're going to trust it. Trust me. That's the next big thing. Big gyms are done. Nysa says, I used to think Spanish was simple until I found out Mexican Spanish is different from Boricua Spanish. I never heard of that. Boricua Spanish? Cuban Spanish. Wow. Oops, didn't mean to throw in the question mark. I'm starting to type like Cosmic. Jose. Okay, see? La Raza. Something race. Live the race. What? Live the race. Q. No, not Q. Que anda viva la raza? Que anda viva la raza. So something. What? Live the race. Am I close to that, Jose? Was I close? I'm not sure. I'm trying to read it. Something live the race. What live the race? Let me know where was I at? How close was I? How close was I? Live, savings minus debt, Orle. Any questions? Any questions? You guys, any questions? This is about you, Q&A Sundays. Here to answer any financial questions. Maybe you're just panicking. Boricua. Okay, gotcha. I've heard that in movies. Okay. I just never knew how to spell it. Any questions, you guys? We're going to stay on as long as there are questions, all right? But if not, we're going to end it, okay? We're not going to be going 3 hours today for sure if there's no questions. Cosmic says, seems like a setup, LJ. LOL, what y'all got him trying to say? You know what? I can, hey, Cosmic, I can see some things, all right? I can see some things, but they're not going to get me say something crazy. Gabriel says, no, LJ, mortgage is good, bro. I'll pay it later. Yeah, okay. Darkman says, referring to what you said earlier, LJ, people are going to join my situation, living with family. Should this recession really come to fruition? The best, you know what, Darkman? The best move is to move with family. That's the best move. That's what I did to get out of debt. A lot of you guys, if you're new to the channel, I didn't wake up till age 40. And when I woke up, I was living in a fancy high-rise apartment, making 6 figures. And I moved out of that, sold all my stuff, and moved into my sister's house in a room in her house. And I paid half the mortgage, half all the utilities, which saved me a ton of money. People thought, when I made that move, people thought I was on crack, smoking meth. What's wrong with LJ? What is he down on his luck, man? What happened to his Lexus? Why he went from a Lexus to a 95 truck? What, he lives with his who? He lives with his sister. Dating was a problem back then. I wasn't seeing nobody. I just stopped dating because I didn't feel like explaining myself to anybody. Because that's one of the questions, hey, what's up? What's your name? What do you do? Where you work? And then they say, where do you live? And as soon as I say with my sister, they're like, oh man, you're 40 years old living with your sister? Yeah. That's where I live. That's where I live. Why? I don't want to explain to you. If you're in debt, I can't even explain it to you. See you later, Cosmic. Thank you for joining on. Much appreciated, Cosmic. Appreciate you. Quentin Cameron says, when this $2,000 checks pass from the government, how long do you think it will last? I say about a year. I don't know. I don't know, Quentin. I think about a year. I say about a year. But that's a lot of money, $2,000 for every person. But even though it's $2,000 for every person, that money is coming right back into the economy. You guys, because you got to remember, people in debt don't know they're in debt. So they're gonna look at the $2,000 as it's free money because they didn't work for it. If they didn't work for it, they think it's free. And it's not free. Nothing is free. It's to stimulate the economy, to give people the illusion that things are going back to normal when it's not. There's people get $2,000 and there's no job. They're not going to really worry about getting a job because they're getting more money than they ever have even working a job. So they're not really going to even think about a job. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out where it's going to go from there, but there's going to be a housing market crash, real estate crash, business crash. Everything's going to crash. This is a reset. If you are young, it couldn't be more a better time than right now, because now you guys will not be fooled. If you're debt free, there won't be any financial fakers on the playing field, because right now, if you're in debt, the financial scammers are out there like piranha, trying to get your stimulus money, trying to get they're going to get that. Ooh, when it's 2,000, you thought the piranha were bad right now. Wait till that $2,000 is approved. Ooh, man, the scammers going to be out in droves. Have you guys noticed there's more and more stars trying to push credit fixing? Hey, I'm so-and-so. Hey, man, I saw so-and-so, man, he fixed my credit. He took my credit from a 500 to a 750. Just go with this guy. Really? No, that's not true. None of it's true. The star is getting paid. That's about it. That person's not going to do anything for you. No, he's not. NC Big says, do you think it would be bad if we receive $2,000 a month? Because won't that make things harder for those trying to build wealth in inflation? No. Not for people not in debt. Inflation, you got to remember, when you get out of debt, those things don't matter to you anymore. Inflation, deflation, the rise of interest rates, the lower of interest rates, that matters. It matters to us in a good way, not in a negative way. You say, oh, okay, inflation's coming because of that. All right, I'll do this. All right, they getting that, I'll do this. Think about it this way, NC Biggs. As long as you do the opposite of the majority, you'll be rich. That's it. It's that simple. Gabriel says, how do you invest in the IRA? I wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You mean after? I wouldn't worry about that right now, Gabriel. Don't worry about any of that kind of stuff. But if somebody in here that might want to answer that question on how to do it, like just the regular steps, how to invest in an IRA, because I personally don't know. So if there's somebody in this room that can answer Gabriel's question, that'd be nice. That'd be cool. Darkman says, I'm actually going to graduate school soon to earn my master's degree this year, regardless of the economic situation. So living with family is making sense to me. What's up, Nicer? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, LJ? What's up, SMB fam? Nothing is so good. I was just about to I'm just enjoying the chat. I was about to make some iced tea, so it'll be ready by the time I fix dinner. But I just wanted to say how dope this channel is. I can't reiterate that enough, because I've been thinking before I came across your channel. It's like you articulate all the things that I have been wanting to say all my life concerning debt and personal finances, but I didn't have the words to say it like you do. So, like, for example, I've had former coworkers that would ask me, you're pretty intelligent, you're pretty sharp. How come you ain't going to college and getting higher paying jobs? And the only answer that I could come up with about that is, I'm not going to do the loan thing. Or say, you a car. The only answer I could come up with, or all I could say was, I'm not going to do the loan thing. But you articulate everything that I wanted to say to these questions that I get from people who don't see that if you don't have the money to pay for something, then you just don't get it. And that's just what I wanted to jump in here and say.
Yeah, your story.
So thank you
very much.
Your story
was amazing, Nicer. When you got on here, your story was amazing to listen to your whole story, and it's amazing that See how people can see a certain thing inside of you? See how they can see it? You know, they can see that you're different. They can see that you think different. They see that, and then they try to take your skill and tie it with theirs. Hey, you should get a better job and all this other stuff, and you can have, bigger car payments or whatever. They don't know the other part of you, so they can't. And so I'm glad that I've always had the personality to say what's on my mind, and I'm not in front of. I've never been afraid to be in front of crowds and in front of people. But I knew people like you would see and recognize what I'm saying. And I'm glad I've been able to be a space and an outlet for you to come.
Yeah, you did that. You did that like right off the bat, because I was on Solo's channel and he had you on as a guest and everything was just clicking. Everything that you were saying was just clicking and just really making sense and making me think. So I just want to say again how much I appreciate your channel and everybody in the SMD family.
Thank you, Nicer. I appreciate you too. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Nicer. Hey, Dark Man, this is what I meant to ask you. How are you? Are you getting student loans for that graduate? And what is it in? What is your graduate degree going to be in? Hey, thank you a lot, Cosmic. Much appreciated. Yeah, shout out to Nicer. Nicer is the bomb. Stay on the path of choosing you, regardless of what people talk. Regardless of. And if you're in here listening quietly, this is what I want you. I want you to understand this. Right now is the time for you to do anything you wish. Whatever that passion is that you've been putting on the back burner because of debt. I can't do this because I got bills. I got to work. I got to do this. I got to take care of everybody else but myself. Right now is the time for you to do anything you want right now. You got 18 months minimum. 18 months right now to do anything you wish. Money doesn't matter because there's no place to spend it. So don't even think about the money. It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Whatever's on the back burner, bring it to the forefront and do it. Don't not do it because of everybody, what they think, what they say. Like I was saying earlier, let everybody do the challenges, the TikTok challenges, the this challenge, the food challenge, everything to keep them busy from seeing what's really going on. You stay focused. Perfect your craft. Get out there. The people will tell you how it works. The people that follow you will tell you, hey, LJ, you need to, hey, man, try this, do that. Don't do that. Do it this time. Do that time. Don't take anybody that supports you, because this is what you need around you. You need a good support system, but you need the kind of people that will tell you what you're doing wrong out of love. They will tell you what you need to do out of love, not to step on you, not to belittle you. Surround yourself with the right people and they will tell you what you need, not what they feel you need. Like, oh man, don't hurt his feelings. I'm not going to tell LJ that because it's going to hurt his feelings. No, man, I'm all ears. What am I doing wrong? I shouldn't do that. Should I say this? Shouldn't I do this? Do this time? You got these kind of, like, I appreciate Hyphy. I really do. I really appreciate that young brother, man, because we talk a lot in the background. You guys don't know, but we talk a lot in the background, right? And I appreciate his advice. You know, he doesn't, you notice he don't say too much up in here. He maybe put a, but when it's time for him to speak, we all know he'll say what's on his mind, but we talk in the background, man. I need those kind of, I got a couple of hyphies in my life. There's not many, but there's a few that tell me what I need to hear. So if this is you, man, do what your passion is, because if you do what you love, you will never work another day in your life. You'll never work another 40-hour work week. Weekends won't matter, all that stupid nonsense. Saturday and Sundays are just days. Look at Mike. Look at Michael Rambo. Oh God, I knew. You know what's so funny? As soon as Nicer came on, I was thinking to myself, I wonder what Mike's out there thinking right now. What's he got to? He had a stopwatch. got everybody. Oh, okay, I'm not. All right, NC Biggs and NC Biggs and Mike, they're going back and forth. Okay, Darkman LJ, it's a master's in accounting and it's needed to go for my CPA license. I've hit a ceiling in my career. Okay, I've been trying to apply to schools for years and I finally was okay. I think accounting is good. All right, I think that's good. Especially, hey, Darkman, especially being a debt-free accountant, because I tell you this, hey, Darkman, when you come across some classmates or if you guys do your thing online, if you can squeeze in to see if any of your classmates are debt-free, don't worry about the student loans. Say everything but the student loans, okay? Because they're probably all taking student loans right now. Everything but the student loans. See what they say. Gabriel says, okay, do you have any investments inside of yourself? I'm not sure who Gabriel's talking to. You talking to me, Gabriel? Jared says, my friend who already owes $100,000 in student loan debt took out a second loan for a master's to boost his pay to 100. I almost did that, Jared. When I was in debt, I almost did that. And I remember I was already like $30,000 or $40,000 in student loan debt. And I remember thinking, should I take out another student loan so I can make more money? That doesn't even make any sense. Go deeper in debt to make more money minus taxes. Nah, your friend should look at his finances right now with his current job. Don't go into debt thinking that's going to be the answer. That's not going to be the answer. Darkman says, I tend to pay cash and avoid student loans if as much as possible. Wow. Darkman, I'm impressed. All right, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Good job. Right now, you can do it too. You're making money. You can do it. And do you have any student loans right now, Darkman? You have any student loans right now? Gabriel says, but to start a business, don't you need money, LJ? It counts on what type of business are you starting. It doesn't if you're starting a business over the internet, it's really not that expensive. You just got to have something that people want. That's it. Don't concentrate on the money right now. Concentrate on what are you going to deliver as a product to the people, because you can come up with if whatever you're selling is not good, it won't matter if you spend money on licensing and LLCs and tax accounting and all this other stuff, and you ain't got nothing to sell. You just threw away all your money. Don't put the cart in front of the horse, man. I like that. I like that, Cosmic. No, okay, yeah, I like that. No, the only thing I'm investing in is myself. So right now, Gabriel, I'm trying to learn Spanish. I'm trying to improve the quality of my videos, because I'm thinking this channel is already really separated from the rest. How can I separate myself even more from everybody else giving bull crap financial information out there? The quality of my videos, the quality of my audience, the quality of the moderators, the quality of the SMD family members. That's what's going to separate me from the rest. When somebody comes to my channel and see my video, because when I go to somebody's channel and their video quality is so excellent, that just impresses me right off the bat. I'm like, damn, look how clear that video is. That's exactly what I think. That's exactly what I think. So it's time for me to do that. And that last night on O'Shea's channel, that was it. I saw dude he had like 4 or 5 people up on the panel, and dude was up there with his camera. I just kept looking at his camera like, damn, his is clear. I was just impressed. That gives credibility to the person, because that person took the time to improve his video quality than everybody else. While everybody else is just using the web cameras from their laptops like I'm doing right now, why not take it up a notch and have excellent video quality? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Even though I have to wait till May, it's worth it. I just got to wait. Cosmic says 10 masks a day by hand, 10 masks a day by hand, charging $10 plus shipping costs. That's where the money, masks is the money right now. Darkman Jeff says, I do have loans, but other than that, I don't have much debt. Okay. Jules says, we love you, Nicer. We love you. We do, Nicer. Gabriel says, or do you need credit for a business? It all counts on what kind of business. What do you tell me this, Gabriel? What is your passion, Gabriel? What is it that you would love to be doing? Tell me that. What is it that you would love to be doing? What is it? Sharif says, which show was on last night, El? I had went to O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Like during the live yesterday, O'Shea jumped in. Said, what's up to everybody? O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? He came in, said, what's up? Shout out to me, blah, blah, blah. So I saw him because I hadn't seen him in a minute, right? So then after our show, I went and jumped over to his channel, and I was just looking at the discussion. And I didn't jump into the discussion, but it was cool. I could tell he changed up his format. His whole format is looking, he's doing something different. You know, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. But at first I thought he was letting somebody else host his channel, but where he's at, the internet went out or something happened. So he got kicked off. So the show was still going, but the guys in the panel were still running it. And the main guy, help me out, Ill Wills. I forgot his name. Mediocre. What was his name? Mediocre something. He was basically hosting the channel until O'Shea got back. But anyway, his camera was the best. Young man. He was handling well. He handled the whole channel like he was, because I thought he was hosting it. I was like, oh, damn, O'Shea's not even on there no more. He's got other people doing it for him. I was like, damn, okay. Darkman says, LJ, the guy with the nice camera is the mediocre tutorials. Okay. Tutorials and reviews. Yes. Okay. That's his name. His camera was not, I was like, dude, I said, the only question I have is, how is your camera looking like that on a web screen, on a web stream, you know? But then again, gamers video quality, their streaming quality is excellent. So they've been doing it for years, right? So I just got to figure out what the gamers are doing, what they're using. I don't want to do what gamers are doing. I just want to stream my camera, my DSLR. Gabriel says, I've always loved being a podcaster, just talking to people like Joe Rogan ever since I was a kid. Then that's what you do. Right there, Gabriel. That's exactly what you do. Go get you a mic. Go get you a good quality mic. When I talk to you guys, I'm not talking with the microphone inside my laptop. I got a camera that's above my head. That right there alone, a good microphone is night and day. You can tell right away when somebody's using the microphone from their laptop versus a microphone that's purchased. Darkman says he put which channels he uses on his main page. What you mean by that, Darkman? What do you mean channels he uses? What's that mean? All right, you guys, any other questions? Hold on for a second. I got to turn this AC down because it is cold. All right, I'm back. Oh, yeah. Now, it's like, for example, Darkman. All right, so I got a DSLR camera, but there's a different way that you can't just plug a DSLR camera into the computer just by a cable, right? You got to have a special decoder type of card. So I had to learn that. I'm like, okay, what's that? What kind of thing is that? I had to read that. I've been doing that all this morning. Last night and this morning, I was looking for it. And let's see what I got. Let's see. It's like a decoder, video decoder card. It allows you to go HDMI from your camera into the computer via USB 3.0, right? So I had to learn all that stuff, and I'm still learning. But I'll get it. You guys will know right away. When I switch over to this new setup, you guys are going to know right away that I'm on a different camera setup. Right away, guaranteed. So any other questions? We got about 10 minutes before we hit the 2-hour mark. So let me know if you guys have any other questions for me or any SMD family members in here. You know, if you're in a predicament, you're nervous about what's going to happen. You're nervous about your job, what you should do. Should you quit? Should you go for your passion? Should you go back into the same field that you hated? You know, because there's a lot of people out there right now saying, "Hey, man, I can't wait till things get back to normal." But do you really want it to go back to normal? What you think? Did you really like that normal, or do you want a new normal? You can create a new normal for yourself right now. Right now is the time. You don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just sit back and think. Don't let anybody say, "Hey, man, you're just in your room doing nothing." Don't listen to anybody like you got to be doing something. Don't listen to anybody. Jared says, my friend with student loans told me bankruptcy clears some of it. Is that true? No, that's not true. Bankruptcy does not clear student loans. That's not true. Okay, that's not true. Ill Will says, LJ, you've been out the game. Let me know if you need help. Yeah, okay, cool, Ill Will. You know what? I should have talked to you at first. You know what I'm saying? I'll reach out to you. I've been out. Yeah, you're right. I have been out the game, but I didn't know you knew about that kind of stuff, Ill Wills, to hook up a DSLR up to the Mac and all that other stuff. What I need to know that stuff. I'm trying to up my camera game, my video quality game. Gabriel says, when do you think it's the right age to move out? Age has nothing to do with it. All right. When your money's stacked, when your business gets off the ground, you'll know when you're ready. When your money starts coming in and it's coming in right, you'll say, oh, okay, this is the time to get on out of here. Whoa, hello. Oh, crap. Scared the mess out of me. All right. Nisha says, LJ going to have a director and whole movie crew, lights, camera, action. Right now, it's just, it's just steps. Gabriel, don't think too far ahead. Just take steps. All right. First, we just figured out that you would love to be doing podcasting. That's step one. What do you need to do a podcasting? A good mic, a computer, and a channel on YouTube. That's it. Then you start. Okay, now what am I going to talk about? Talk about things that are going on in society right now. And you gotta come up with you're an individual, Gabriel. Let the world know who Gabriel is. So millions of people, a lot of people are going to do podcasting, but not all of them are successful. You got to have your own personality. When you go to Joe Rogan, I go to Joe Rogan because I like who he is, his style, what he does. He smokes weed on his show. He just does whatever he wants. I like shows like that where this person owns his show because he does whatever he wants on his show. I like that. Detoxing from the blue pill. I did a chapter 13 and completed it. Chapter 13 takes care of 5% of your student loan debt. Detoxing from the blue pill. I'm assuming that you went to 5 years of chapter 13 payments, right? 5 years? I promise you. I know you see it. You might see something that looks like that. I promise you that's not the case. I promise you. Chapter 13 is a trick. Chapter 13 allows people to believe that they're going to keep something that they don't own, right? You better believe if I was a business owner and I knew a person was going in bankruptcy and they was choosing chapter 13, I'd rather have something than nothing. I don't want that car back. I don't want this thing back that you might be. I'd rather have something than nothing, because if you file chapter 7, I wouldn't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 13 is not a good idea. That's not a good thing. It doesn't take care of your student loan debt. It doesn't. It's still there. Student loan debt will still be waiting for you when it gets back. They might, when you say 5%, maybe they knocked off some interest, maybe, but never, trust me, you're never touching the principal, ever. Ill Will says, I can help research and chop it up with you. That's not my forte, but I don't mind helping you. I do have a nephew that is in aficionado. Am I saying that right? Aficionado? In the field. Okay. I'm not a gamer because there's two kinds. I've been researching. There's two kinds. There's a gamer kind and there's just a video streamer kind. I'm just a video streamer guy kind. Micro Rambo at Gabe have LJ as your first guest. Oh yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. That'll be real cool. That'll be real cool. Detoxing from the Blue Pill says, yep, 5 years. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have done it, but it was a lesson learned. Oh, I'm just telling you what they told me. Gotcha. Okay. I'm sure they told you that. You know, it's like, this is how I look at chapter 13. A person that's in financial trouble because of money, debt, couldn't keep up with the payments, whatever, right? And then they're going to take you from this, and then they're going to put you on a 5-year plan, and somehow you're going to magically do it over here. There's a 67% failure rate in chapter 13. 67% of people fail in chapter 13. This is why you can keep doing chapter 13 over and over again because it doesn't matter, just more money for them. You can't do that with chapter 7. You got to do it like every 7 years or something like that. 7 or 8 or something like that. Gabriel says, do you think everything will be canceled next year, like sports, colleges, beaches, and parks? Well, sports are going to be they're canceled this year and next year. Guaranteed cancel. Because think about it this way. How I was saying earlier, if they allow, like, again, there's people that are taking 20% pay cuts working out there with a killer virus, right? Those are people in debt. Only people in debt would risk their life, not only their lives, and their families' lives of bringing this virus home to their family for money. Because if you wasn't in debt, you would say, first of all, I'm not taking a 20% pay cut. I should be getting hazard pay, not a 20% pay cut. Are you crazy? I quit. Right, I would quit on the spot. Now, if they did that with sports, now you look at sports players, you think because they make millions of dollars, they're good. No, they're in debt. A lot of them are in debt, just like you. They just got higher monthly payments than you. The amount of money they make doesn't matter. So if the NBA, the NFL get something together and say, hey, we're going to put something together and we're not going to have an audience, all those people on that field are there because they're in debt. They gotta, like right now, they gotta legally, they can legally say, no, I'm not going to play. Why? Because there's something out there that can kill me. So that's a loophole out of their contract right now. They can say no, but the majority, some of them will. Why? Because they're in debt. A lot of these players, these young players, they get all this money and then they take care of everybody in their family. Everybody is spending their money, everybody but them. Now, if you see that happen, it's because they're in debt. Who would risk their lives for money? People in debt. They can say whatever they want. Hey, man, I got to do this and that. You do know there's a killer virus out there, right? You do know it can kill you, right? Now, you do know if you catch it, you can bring it home and that can kill your family too, right? But you're doing it for what reason? Debt. Detoxic from the Blue Pill says, and you're right. When I started repaying it, it had taken interest off. That's about it. They're not going to let you touch the principal. If you have student loans, and I always like to reiterate this, student loans, they say so many things, right? They say so many things about a person's financial situation. If you don't pay your student loans off, you will be a slave until you're dead. A slave. And now when I say slave, people think of the old slavery movies. No, this kind of debt, it don't care what color you are. Student loan, that's the colorblind slave master. White, black, purple, yellow, blue. You're going to be a slave until you're dead. Don't take financial advice from anybody in student loan debt. That doesn't make sense. You go to college for 4 years and keep your student loans for 20. And if you're going into bankruptcy and you have student loans, you have no idea what kind of statement that makes. That makes such a loud financial statement. Oh, man. I do. I feel sorry for people that have given up in their minds that that they're never going to pay off student loans. Like, I see these people with multiple degrees, multiple masters, PhDs, and all, and they just love to brag about all their PhDs and then or their degrees. And then when you ask them, "Hey, what field are you in?" and they be working at the local grocery store, it's like, what? Then why are you telling me about all these degrees if you're not using any of them? You know why they do that? You know why there's such thing as forever students? They have no choice, because as soon as they stop, the student loan payments are due. As long as they keep going to school, the payments won't be due. That's why they keep going to school. But one day they're going to have to stop. Can you imagine somebody with $300,000 in student loan debt and the only job they got is making $40,000 a year? You will be a slave until you're dead. Detoxing says they took it out of my check every check for they took it out of my check every check for 5 years. Damn. Hell no. No, sir. I never felt behind on any of my debt, especially student loan debt. Never did. I've never been in tax trouble. I never fall behind on my taxes. I always do what I need to do to make sure I stay ahead. I'm not. Taxes is the one thing you definitely don't want to fall behind on, because they have unlimited power to any bank account. They can take whatever they want to take. Oh no, I'm not doing any of that. Jared says, has the beach in Myrtle Beach opened like Florida? I heard they're about to open them. I heard they're about to open them, but it doesn't matter to me. Darkman says, LJ, I have a cousin in their 30s and 40s that have college debt that work at groceries and gas stations. I know. It doesn't make any sense. And when I see people that do that, and if you're young, maybe you're in college right now and you may be thinking about college and you think that that's the way to go, unless you have a college education, you're not going to be anybody. That's not true. Okay, that's a lie. That's not true. You don't have to go to college to be. You can be somebody without a college education, all right? And anybody that tells you that, this is what I want you to do. I want you to ask them, do you still have your college loans? Anybody that says you need to go to college to be anybody or be something, you turn to them and ask them, do they still have their college loans? If they still have them, you don't listen to a word they are saying. Because if they do, I want you to ask that person, why? Why do you still have them? What year did you graduate? 88. And you still have your student loans? That's like over 30 years. Yeah. They're in debt. They want you to be like them. Consciously or unconscious, doesn't matter. Gabriel says, imagine being $1 million in debt and student loans. There's people out there with them. Go to Dave Ramsey, do a search on his videos and say, type in $1 million student loans. He's got a few videos of people calling into his show with $1 million in student loan debt, talking about they're trying to open up a business. They're trying to open up a business with $1 million in student loan debt. That doesn't even make any sense. None. Sharif says, L, looking back on your life, what's your biggest regret? That is an excellent question, Sharif. Biggest regret. I don't know. That's a good question. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a good dude, but when you're young, you make mistakes that you don't really understand. When you're young, you don't really understand. There's a whole bunch of trap doors along your way, and you don't know that because you're young, right? When you're young, you see people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. You think they're old, and they're not old. You're just young. Okay, they're not old. You were just young, right? But you don't look at it that way. When you're young, you don't know who to ask. I wish I had somebody to teach me about money the way I teach people about money right now, because uh, sometimes I get upset because I know for a fact I could have been a multimillionaire years ago. I could easy. It's not even hard. It's not even hard to become a millionaire. Not even hard. And unfortunately, I had listened to a lot of people the wrong way because I didn't know about money myself. When you don't know about money, you don't know who to ask about money. If you don't know about it, who you going to ask about money? You just got to go buy their stuff. Oh, they got a nice car, got a good job. Oh, they went to this college, they went to Howard University, they went to Princeton, whatever. They must know something because they went to this, that, and none of that stuff means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. None of it means nothing. Nothing. If I was 18 right now, 20, 21, all I would do is just never finance anything less than a house. That move alone will make you a millionaire. I definitely would have got married not married because I don't believe in marriage. I definitely wouldn't have married the wrong person. That wouldn't have happened. That would have never happened. I would not have married any woman in debt. If she was in debt, I would have been like, no, we wouldn't have had nothing in common. Because we wouldn't even be able to talk about the same language. Dark Man says, folks have student loans older than their kids, and the kids are grown out of school. And you know what else? You know what else parents are doing? They're getting student plus loans. Parents are in debt with student loan, and then since they're upset, they didn't save any money for their kids' college because that's what TV tells you. Hey man, you got to pay for your kids' college. Who says that? Who says that? TV. You don't have to pay for your kids' college if you don't want to, especially if you have no money. You just say, sorry, kid, I ain't got no money. You ain't gonna pay for my college? No, why not? I have no money. You think I'm gonna go in debt for my kid? No, I'm not going in debt for my child. I'm not doing that. But parents out there, since they got student loans, they're getting the Parent Plus loans, that's just frosting. That's just basically putting the nails in your coffin. You are gonna die with debt. NC Big says, you use a PC or a Mac? I use a Mac. I'm a Mac guy. That's the only I love using my Mac. I don't have to worry about viruses and stuff like that. Excellent with video. I love my Mac. Love my Mac. Oh, did I, Mike? Let me go back here. I'm sorry, man. I didn't see you. Let me go back. Did I skip the question? No, I didn't I say that? Gabe, LJ was your first guest. I thought I saw that, Mike. Did I miss? Was there a question before that one, Mike? Let me see. I thought that was the okay. Do you think? Gabriel says, random question. LJ, do you believe an eye for an eye? I don't really waste my time on that kind of stuff, man. That's just unused energy that you can just. I had somebody. I remember the other day I was driving down in my truck. I'm driving out. This lady's driving in front of me slow, right? And it's a 2-lane road. We're going a certain way, right? And there's 2 lanes, right? She's driving slow. She's clearly doing something in front of me, right? And so this other car passes up. So I get behind this car so I can go around her. As soon as I get over here and get in the other lane, this person starts speeding up like she didn't want me to get in front of her. I'm like, you're going slow. So I sped up, got in front of her. She's honking at me. And then she drives by me, sticks her middle finger. I just laugh. What is all that for? It just doesn't make any sense. I ignore all that stuff. Re-ask your question, Mike, because I don't see it. Re-ask your question, Mike, because I don't see what question you're asking. Oh, okay. I think you did. All right. All right. This thing is going back. Okay. Let's just do it. Gabriel says, nicer, I still haven't left on crack like LJ. Michael Rambo says, do you think couples should have total transparency in regards to finances? Of course. But, and Mike, though, when you're debt free, that will be a requirement. Like the woman I'm with right now, that she thought I was joking. Hey, yesterday we started progressing. I was like, hey, what's your credit report look like? She thought she was joking. It was kind of jokingly at first. And I was like, nah, I want to see it. She was like, well, my credit score is this. I was like, I'm not talking about your credit score. I'm talking about your total credit report. She thought I was joking. I was dead serious. There is no going further than that. I got to know if the woman's credit report will tell me if we're on the same financial page right away. But if you're in a relationship, this is what I feel for couples right now. Now, if a couple comes across my page and one of them wakes up and the other one doesn't, I don't know what that situation is going to do. I really don't. That's going to be a tough one. If there's anybody in this room right now that's with somebody and they can clearly see that debt-free is the answer, but your partner doesn't agree, what are your hang-ups? Are there any questions that you want to ask of me so you can show your partner or your wife, your husband, how to turn them around? Because you're not going to be able to, I'm going to tell you right now, if you become debt-free, you're not going to be able to live with a person that's in debt. Because once you get out of debt and you pay all your debts and you're debt-free, you know what they're going to think? You have more money to spend on their stuff. Hey, this is what people in debt say. You don't have any bills. You can pay for this. You can do that. You don't have to work as many hours. You don't have to do it, because that's how they think. You're not going to be able to deal with that. Jared said, on Dave Ramsey's show, a guy found out his wife hid over $100,000 in debt from him. And guess what? If you're married to that person, it is your debt. The courts don't care if your wife or your husband hid it, got credit cards in their name. Can you imagine that? I couldn't even imagine that. How could you? I wouldn't even be able to sleep in the same bed if I found out my wife was hiding $100,000 worth of debt from me. I wouldn't even be able to sleep in the same bed. There is no way. There's no way. Yeah, I got a MacBook Pro, NC Biggs, MacBook Pro. I should have been more specific because I render a lot of videos and stuff like that. So I do a lot of videos. So Gabriel says, did you celebrate, LJ, when you got out of the debt matrix? I didn't really celebrate, Gabriel. What happened when I got out of debt? Because when I was getting out of debt, I'm paying bills. I could see it happen. I could see it. The bills are disappearing. But once I sent off that last check, once I saw my last bill was my student loans, right? And it really didn't start kicking into me until I saw the actual zeros on my student loan thing. And then it's a feeling that I had to get used to. I had to get used to it because I had never been debt free. So it's more like revelation started. Man, I don't have to keep track of due dates. Damn, I really don't have to work. I really don't have weekends. Don't really matter. I don't need overtime. These things, and I started realizing I stopped accepting certain things at work. When like I was always on salary growing up. For some reason, you think salary is better than hourly, which it's not. But for some reason, I thought salary. Ooh, I'm a salary worker. I ain't been on hourly in years. I used to say things like that, which it meant nothing. I'd rather be on hourly than salary because I know I would be getting paid for every minute I worked. But salary, you don't. They work you when they choose you. But when I got out of debt, Gabriel, I didn't allow that to happen. I was like, hey, no, I'm not bringing my phone home. No reason for me to bring my laptop and my phone home because I'm not at work. Why would I bring it home? Those things stopped. I was more, when we had meetings, I was more aggressive in meetings to managers. Hey, man, you guys promised us XYZ last week. How come you not? Where's it at? You just skipped over it. Sometimes a manager will tell you something in a previous meeting, right? And then they say, okay, we'll talk about it at the next meeting. The next meeting come and they don't even talk about it, but nobody says nothing because it's the boss or the manager. I would step up and say, hey man, what about last week? You said something was going to happen this week. Let's speak on that. I would say that. Everybody in my little group, my team, they would make out a list of questions and give me the questions. And I would ask the questions in the meetings because I didn't have anything to lose. I was debt free. It didn't care. I didn't care. Plus it's business. I learned to separate my feelings from business. So whatever I asked, it was business. I couldn't get in trouble for it. It was just business, you know? So that was a great question. Thank you. So I didn't really celebrate like that. Ill Will says she was probably from NYC, LJ. People do that all the time in the Northeast. It's so ridiculous. What did I say? Crap, I hate it when I go too long. Jared says, are there exceptions, LJ, for you to stick with your partner if they have debt? The majority of the ladies I meet all have debt. My ex would save $600 but spend $1,200. Jared, there are no exceptions. It counts on if you're with the person or not with the person. If I was in my 20s and 30s, I would not take any woman serious that was in debt. I would not. Especially if I said, hey, but when you're dating a person, when you're debt free and you're dating a person, people in debt speak debt. So they would speak debt in front of me without even knowing they're speaking debt. Right. And so right there, I would think to myself, I'm not going to this relationship's not even going to even come close to going to that level. That discussion won't even come up because I wouldn't even let it get that far. I'd be like, nah. And then if they push the level, hey man, how come we ain't taking this to the next level, LJ? You like me, I like you. I'll just tell them you're in debt. That's why. For down the line, you will see, like if you get with a person in debt and you're not in debt, they're going to naturally start to believe that you should be paying their bills. You should be paying more for this and that because you don't have any bills. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to even let that happen. No, you're in debt. Now, if I'm with somebody, that's a whole different story. What if you're with a person for 5, 6, 7 years, and you wake up and they don't? That's going to be a very big problem. Very big problem. Sharif says, L, it's hard to find a nice lady with no student loans or debt. What do you think? They're out there. You just got to wait. You just got to wait. If you come across, say like this, you're a young man, young people, hey, sex is just part of life, right? But I tell you this, if I was young, I would never accidentally not have sex without a condom. That would never happen, especially with somebody that I know it's not being serious. I would always be honest with the person. Hey, check this out. Before we even do that, understand this. We're not going to be together. That's never going to happen. We're not going to grow. We can be friends. But I want you to understand this. I don't want you thinking, oh, you just used me. No, I don't even want you to think I used you for sex. I want to tell you right now, hey, this is not going to go anywhere. So if we go to that level sexually, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm not only seeing you, I'm seeing other people. No, I'm never going to not use a condom. That's never going to happen. If I don't have a condom, we're not having that. I would say that. Just be honest. That gives the other person a chance to say, okay, well, LJ told me this up front, then this is not, okay, cool. We can be cool. We can be friends. But anything past that, no. On a serious level, no. Why not? You're in debt. That's why. Cosmic says, Sharif, it's hard to find a man with no student loans or debt as well. It goes both ways. Oh, about driving. Oh, gotcha. Gabriel says, but what happens if she's fine? Hey, that's the problem, Gabriel. I've come across a lot of fine women in my lifetime. Let's put it like that. And I've always made the wrong decisions because they were fine. Okay. That's it. Now, when I look back and think about the relationships I had with women, there's quite a few that I wouldn't have been serious with them. If I was not in debt and I dated them, I wouldn't have took them serious because they were in debt. I was in debt too. That's why we got together. That's why I didn't see it, because I was in debt too. Well, who am I going to judge somebody being in debt when I'm in debt? I don't even think about it. But think about it this way. When you get serious with a woman and you're in debt, does that ever come up? Hey, how much debt are you in? I know you're fine and all, but are you in debt? That never comes up. When you get out of debt, that's one of the main questions. Are you in debt? But then again, you don't even have to ask them. They will show you. People always talk about oh man, I'm behind on my car payment. If you just listen, oh man, I got to get my check. I'm behind on my car payment. Oh man, I'm not answering that. That's probably a bill collector. This and that. They tell you. And then you just go to yourself, oh man, yeah, no sir, that's not happening to me. Mike Rambo says, that's my problem right now, LJ. I'm thinking of skipping out on my long relationship now that I'm debt free and she's on a different page. That's good. I'm telling you, Mike, that's a problem. Before doing that, Mike, and I'm gonna say this as an older man, and I forgot who asked me that about regrets. Being debt free and an older man right now, when it comes to relationships, I would always be honest with a woman before I step out on her, before I go fool around, before you just go, oh man, I'm just messing around on her. Then I get caught. We just break up, blah, blah, blah. No, man, just be a man and say, hey, check this out. I'm leaving this relationship because of X, Y, Z. You can't care if they cry or get mad or get upset. It doesn't matter. The woman will respect you more if you just leave because you said you were going to leave, and this is why you're leaving. Don't let it be another person. Don't let it be the cause of, because you messed around and you were talking on the phone, texting with this person. Don't do any of that stupid nonsense. None of it. You just say, I am leaving because of this, this, and this. This hasn't changed. I've been telling you this hasn't changed. This hasn't changed. This is why I'm leaving. Always be a man and just do that. Just say that to the woman. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how she feels about it. He or she, this goes both ways. It doesn't matter. I'm just using it because I'm a man. I'm just saying that. But if I could go back, I would, because I'm not saying I was a saint. Okay. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. If I could go back, that's what I would do. Before I would go see another woman, talk to another woman, I would say, I am leaving this relationship now. No, there's nobody else. No, I'm not even entertaining anybody else. No. But I'm leaving this relationship because of this. Period. I feel for you, Mike. I don't know if you live with your girlfriend or what, your situation, but you got to be real with yourself. If you're with somebody, I'm just telling you right now, if you're with somebody and they're in debt and you're not in debt and not thinking about getting in debt, it's not going to work. I promise you, it's not going to work. Dark Man says, man, I need to take dating seriously while on this debt-free journey. Man, I need not take that. I mean, put it this way. If it comes, it comes, I don't know how you're going to date right now anyway with the lockdown and coronavirus. You can't even trust anybody. So dating really doesn't even matter right now. Cosmic says, but I do know plenty of debt-free people of both sexes. Bird do tend to flock together. Yes, that is true. Sharif says, one of the most prettiest girls I dated was $100,000 in debt. It hurt when I cut her off. Ooh. I bet it did. I bet it did. I used to, before I dated my current woman, I was with a woman for a while, right? And be quiet, Mike. All right. I know Mike Rambo got something to say, but mute your mic, lock your keyboard up. Anyway, we got along really good, right? And I was seeing her while I was in debt, though. We didn't live together, right? but I was seeing her while I was in debt. Now I'm saying this after the fact because I was in the process of getting out of debt while I was dating her. But in the meantime, I was like trying to give her suggestions to, hey, baby, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should pay off that. You should do this. But she wasn't listening to anything I was saying, right? And we would break up off and on, right? Every now and then it would get worse and worse and worse, but I couldn't figure out why we were going off and on more and more. You know why? Because she was in debt and I wasn't. But at that time, in the process of getting out of debt, I didn't see it at that time. But I noticed each time we got back together, she was in a worse financial situation than before. So, for example, there was one time where she had a car that she owned. She didn't have no payments, right? We broke up for about a month or two, and then we got back together. I came back together. She got a brand new she got a brand new Cadillac. And then she ended up financing a car for her grown daughter and put it in her name. I said, "What are you doing?" She was like, "Oh, that old car was giving me trouble." I said, "All you got to do is fix it." What do you mean? Then she had a car. I was like, man. And I remember saying to myself this. I was saying to myself, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. And then check it out. Check this out. When I was dating, she had a house. All right. And she had a leak in her. She had a roof leak or something in her house. Right. And this was when I broke up. We broke up, came back together. And when I came back, she had refinanced her house to do something. Right. I said, "Did you get that roof fixed?" She was like, "No." I said, "What did you do with the money? You refinanced your house, pulled out the equity, and bought some cars, and didn't fix the roof, didn't fix your roof?" I kept saying to myself, this is not going to work. But when you have feelings for a person and you love them, you so wrapped in. You're like, I want this to work. I want this to work. I want it to work, but it's not going to work. And finally, it just had to end. I had to. It had to end. And believe it or not, check it out. Believe it or not, I had to be by myself. After I broke up with her, I was by myself for a year. No sex, nothing. Trust me, fellas, you'll get over that part. It takes about 2 or 3 months, about between 2 to 3 months, you'll be over that sexual part. You'll get over that. Don't worry about that. I promise you. And then you'll be able to think. Then it's not going to be a big deal. Don't get me wrong. You're still going to be looking, but that urge to say, "Ooh, I want to get that," that's gone. That stops. You're like, "Oh, I'm good. No, I'm cool. I'm cool." Right. And then you have a chance to think. And then I had the chance to think before I met the woman I was with now. I had all my brains. I knew what I want. I wasn't going to settle for less. This is what I want. I want a woman that looked like this. I want her to be debt free. You think it's selfish? Don't let it. This is what you should understand. People will make you believe that you got to settle. People will make you believe that you have to have. You're not going to be able to get everything in the person. You're not. Yes. No. There's certain standards in your life that you will not accept. There's certain things I knew I wouldn't accept. If she's in debt, I knew that wasn't going to be acceptable. If you're in debt, yeah, we're not going to be together, period. I want her to look a certain way. That's not being selfish. I mean, you can be selfish. I want her to look a certain way. I want her body to look a certain way. I want her hair to look a certain way. I want her to hold herself a certain way. I want her to represent. Hey, that's okay. I'll wait until that happens. That's what I did. I didn't settle. Because believe it or not, believe me, men, if you do this, this goes for men and women, but I'm just talking about the man side because I'm a man, right? If there's something like, if you like a woman's body a certain way, right? And then you just say, "Hey man, she's good and I'm gonna just accept it this way," and she doesn't have what you really like, you're gonna be looking. I promise you, you're gonna be looking. You're gonna be looking at something that you like. Never settle. Just wait. Just chill. Just chill. Be by yourself. I promise you, things will come to you in silence. I promise you. Nisha says, "This is a good time for you to really learn yourself. I was completely single from when I was 17 till 21. I was recently single for like 5 years. That includes abstinence and not even dates." Yeah, I think I think that was good for me, honestly, because when you grow up as a man, men always make you believe when you're a young man, men make you believe that you got to go out and conquer as much stuff as possible. That's not true. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do none of that. You can just say, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Did you hit that? No, man. Why not? Because I didn't want to. Don't succumb to the pressure, young man. Don't do that. I don't care how fine she is. It doesn't matter how fine she is. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Cosmo says, Gabriel, that's your business right here. Be a matchmaker for debt-free dating. Yeah, that's a good one, huh? And I might have to spin that off too. Hey, Cosmic, I might steal that too. Debt-free dating. Yeah, Wills. LJBs. You out of here, Wills? You out of here? Yeah, Will says, oh, I remember she needed a roof, right? She needed a roof. She needed a roof. And I'm going to tell you, it was when she didn't do that roof, because you still got love mixed in there. You're just like, damn. What did you do with that money? Oh, you bought 2 cars. Got it. Right there, when you know somebody does that, they refinance their house and don't even put the money back into the house. You know you got to. I knew to myself, I said, Linnell, I don't care what she looks like. You got to go. You got to go. You got to leave. You got to leave. Detox says she tried to replace you with the LAC, with the LAC. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Detox. LAC. I'm 50, man. I don't know those terms. Nicer says, the guy I'm dating now, he's debt free and we click. He understands what I'm saying and vice versa. Isn't that nice? That's just nice, man. I love the woman I'm with now. We barely even talk about money, because when you're on the same page of finances, you really don't talk about it that much. It's just like it's a given that this is what you do. If there's some big purchase coming up, we sit down and say, hey, we need to spend this money on this. This is why, blah, blah, blah. Nancy Big says, people tell me I should get back with my ex-wife, but she's in debt and doesn't care about paying it off. Somebody think about what you're saying, NC Biggs. People outside your relationship are telling you what you should do with your relationship. It doesn't even make any sense. Don't even pay attention to that nonsense. Ill Will says, no, I said, oh, okay. No, I said be easy when you're when you're peeking around the corner when you're about to tell a story. I ain't scared. What are you talking about? If she come around the corner, I'll tell her. Maybe I'll tell her I'm still in love with the other one. Maybe, I'm still in love with my girlfriend. What are you gonna say about that? Yeah, you better not say nothing. See how that was? That was easy. See how I did that? Just like that. Go back up to the room and don't say nothing. Bam, just like that. See how it will? See that? See how I did that? Just like that. You say something? I didn't think so. Get up to the room. Bam, just like that. See how I did that? A lot of drama and issues. Yeah, you don't want, hey, NC Biggs, when you get your piece, man, you ain't going to allow any of that drama in your life. Any of that drama. None of that. Detoxing says, the Cadillac LJ, she tried to replace you. Oh, okay. She's okay, Lack. Okay. Replace you with the new Cadillac. Right. I know. She tried to do something. Nice woman, though. I don't talk to her anymore, but I wish her good luck. I'm not mad at her or anything. We didn't end on bad terms or anything like that. It just wasn't working. I know what it was now. She's in debt and I'm not. That's what it was. Sharif says, L, if you get divorced, do both parties have to pay each other's debt? It counts on lawyers do all that stuff. But I know it counts on which state you're in. I know it really does count on which state you're in. Like California, if you're married over 10 years, that's lifetime of alimony. lifetime. So if you marry somebody in California, you guys married for 15 years, the judge can give you a lifetime of alimony to the wife. That's crazy. That kind of just blows me away. That blows me away. A lifetime? Oof. NC Big says LJ saying stuff while his woman's not home. No, she was right there, NC Big. She was right there. I told her not to say nothing. Did you hear Pete? I told her not to say nothing. She didn't say nothing. That's how I do it, just like that. That's how I do's it. DOOS. DOOS. Do's it. Do's it. Yeah, well, I'm standing down. I'm not touching that one. Sharif says L is a debt-free pimp. You know what, man? I'm just free, Sharif. I'm just free, man. When you get out of debt, man, you just don't accept. I could have saved myself so much money. So many avoided relationships. So many, you just grow and mature. Some people don't mature, but I do. And if I was debt free in my younger years, I wouldn't have listened to all my friends talking about, let's do this, let's get that. And, oh man, you try to get there. And then, when you're young, you always just women this and look at the booty and the this and that. And that. It's just, you guys don't really realize how much of that consumes your brain. You don't even realize until you step out of it. You step out and you be like, dang, it's not all about that. I don't know how we went off to this. I don't know how we went off to this subject, but debt-free dating. Let me write that title down. That's gonna be a good topic. Debt-free dating. I like that. Yeah, you're right, Mike. I see that. I would never get married in California. You are done. You are done. Oh man, you are done. Ooh. And Washington State, man, they ain't no joke either. That's where I'm from. Michael Rambo, next topic should be finances and relationship. You know what I'm gonna do, Mike? Because I don't know if you were part of the channel or not, Mike. But me and my girl, we did a relationship video dating thing, and we're gonna do another one. Her and I are gonna be on the same show, and I'm not sure if we're gonna. I'm gonna ask her if we're gonna be on camera or not, because she's not a big camera person. I am. I don't care about being on camera. Or we're just going to do the voice. I'm not sure, but I'm going to talk to her about it tonight. But that's a good topic. Detoxing says friends that are in debt are in debt and aren't trying to get out of debt is a problem to be around as well. That is very true. I had found once I became debt free, Detox, I had found myself naturally going away from friends that are in debt, because you realize people in debt speak a lot of debt speak. Like, say, like when you go to barbecues with your friends, right? And you go in the backyard, they got everything set up, everybody's there. And what does everybody talk about when they're work? They talk about how long they've been at their job, how many hours they've been putting in on overtime. They're getting that money. Yeah, I'm getting paid. The union. It's just more work talk. When you get out of debt, you don't want to talk about that kind of stuff, because that wasn't part of my life anymore. So I didn't want to go there. And then when you go to friends and they got the football game on, it's Super Bowl Sunday or something, right? It's nice to get together and get with friends, right? But when the game's winding down and it's about to end, what does everybody start talking about? Oh man, I gotta get back to work tomorrow. It's Sunday, man. I gotta get to bed early. It's that same talk over and over and over again. I was like, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. No, LJ, that's my business. Nisa says this live is harder to tear away from, but I gotta start dinner later. Hey, Lamon, I hope I'm saying that right, Lamon. I hope it is Lamon D. Currently in Washington State is the worst half of the people in debt. I lived there all my life, Lamon. for the first 50 years of my life. I lived in first in Seattle, and then I lived in Kent. Okay, where I moved from was Kent. My last place was in Kent. And honestly, Lamont, I got tired of the cloudy skies. I got tired of the rain. I got tired of the just not really the people, but just the people. I like the people, but just the sun. Okay, I really had to get away from that area because there wasn't enough sun for me. I know that's weird, but the sun gives me energy. I love being in the sun. I knew I was gonna leave Seattle. I just didn't know where. I knew it wasn't gonna be California. California is too crowded for me. I just really don't like that. And the taxes are high and all that other stuff, man. I said I was gonna be someplace warm, but I didn't know where. I couldn't be in a better place right now. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. South Carolina, always sunny. Always sunny. Oh, it's not sunny today, but these kind of days are rare, very rare. But I'll let you guys deeper in my life today, just kind of give you guys an idea of like when okay. All right, I'll give you guys a few pieces, okay? When I was younger, all right, I was I wouldn't say a player, but I was doing my thing, okay? And my dad wasn't around. I wish I had I wish my dad, me and my dad are cool now, don't get me wrong, but I wish I had a father just to say, Linnell, all right, you look good, you keep your body straight, you know, you're gonna get women, you know, you're gonna get to do things that, you know, that you really don't have to work hard for, right? But don't abuse that. You know, don't abuse, don't do it just because all your friends are doing it. You don't have to be like them, right? There's a few things I would have did differently. I wouldn't, you know, because I did my fooling around on people I was with, a woman I was, you know, a few women I was with, when I could have just been a man and say, hey, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I'm leaving. You know, not worry about if they get upset or mad or whatever, right? I probably would have still been friends with them now. You know what I'm saying? You don't realize it in the middle of it as you're a young man growing up, that the best thing to do is don't ever fool around on a person you're with. If you're a young man, don't fool around on your girlfriend. If you're tired of the relationship, you leave it first. Don't add in to anybody else. Don't add another girl in. Don't be doing things behind your back, because right now, this is the easiest way. Now that I'm out of debt and I do my relationship totally different. I don't do any of that stuff, right? If you want to find out if your partner is fooling around on you, this is especially during this time, if you want to find out if your partner is fooling around on you, this is all you got to do. It's really not difficult. One day, don't charge your cell phone, okay? Don't charge your cell phone. You guys go out for the day, make sure it's really, really low and let it die, right? And then once it's dead, you turn to your partner and say, hey, can I use your phone? I got to make a call. Right there. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to. Hey, can I use your phone? Now, if it's your partner, remember, they can't say no. They can't tell you. You can say, hey, my phone died. Can I use your phone? What are they going to do? Tell you no? They can't tell you no. What do you mean, no, I can't use your phone? What you talking about? Aren't we together? Yeah. And then you use their phone. And then all you got to do is focus in on them as you use their phone. Are they chilling? Like right now, my girlfriend, her fingerprint is in my phone. Her fingerprint sensor. So if she ever want to use my phone, she just puts in her fingerprint and the phone unlocks. You know why? Because I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Here, you want to use my phone? Here, you can have it. Go upstairs. Let me know when you're done. Just bring it back to me when you're done. Nothing's going to come across there. No woman's going to say anything across my messenger. There's not going to be any mysterious text messages. There's nothing going to be on my Facebook. There's nothing going to be on my G Drive. There's nothing going to be there because I'm not doing anything. But if you're with somebody and you suspect them of doing something, all you got to do is let your phone die. Don't plug it up. When you guys go out and about and say, hey, my phone died. Can I use your phone? Now, if they say, oh, I have a charger, you go, no, I didn't say a charger. I said, I don't want to use your phone. If they say no, or if they're nervous, there's your answer. Doesn't that sound simple? That sounds simple to me. That sounds so simple to me. Cosmo says, LJ, do debt-free dating when the virus vaccine is on the market. LJ, do debt-free dating when this virus vaccine is on the market. I would do one about finance and relationships now. I would do about finance and relationships. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, Cosmic. I am. Oh, I see what you're saying. Do one about debt-free dating when the vaccine's on the market, and do financing and relationships now. Okay, yeah, that's definitely on the list. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna talk to my girlfriend and see what day we're gonna do that. That's gonna be the next video. I want to do that one. Okay, how'd you guys get me on there anyway? How'd you guys get me talking about my personal stuff, man? What am I? Lamb said it was raining yesterday. It's raining all the time in Seattle. I can't stand it. That's why I left. I had enough. I've been there 50 years of my life. Ill Will says sun is vitamin D. It's necessary. Oh, I love it too, man. Dark Man says, I actually wanted to move to Seattle, but a bunch of overcast weather and cost of living turned me away. Plus, SC is where everybody is moving to. Yeah, if you try to go to Dark Man, you try to go to SC to Seattle, you're gonna get depressed. I mean, when living in Seattle, when a sunny day comes out, you're just like, oh my God, I got to get out and do something. It's sunny, because you know it's not going to be like that. You better cross your fingers and hope it's going to be like that all day, because the likelihood of it being sunny all day is not going to be. It's not. NC Biggs says LJ was the Black Panther for real when he was young. NC Biggs, I'm not going to say I was bad. I'm just going to say I was not my best. Let's just say I could have been better. Okay. I could have been honest, but I didn't have any, I'm not going to put it on anybody, but I'm just saying I could have been better in my decision-making process. You know, I could have just been, if I would have just been honest with myself, things would have ended better. Let's just put it that way. Ill Will says, savings minus debt. I wasn't a player, but I was doing my thing. Classic line from LJ. Oh, I know Ill Will's is over there cracking up. I know he's over there. I know Mike Rambo, he's over there cracking up too. I know he is. Yeah, I wouldn't mind reaching out, saying a couple of apologies. Maybe they would accept them. Maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. You know, because, you know, I don't want the apology to be mistaken like, oh, he's only apologizing because he wants to get back with me. If they mature, they probably know why I'm apologizing. But a couple of them deserve an apology, for sure. For sure. I was a different dude back then. You know, I'm not the same man I was then. You evolve. If you're a young man right now, let me tell you something. If you're in your 20s, even in your 30s, right? If you are the same man by the time you're 50, if you're the same man as you were in your 30s and 50s, that's a problem. 30s and 20s, that's a problem. Okay. I'm not the same man that I was. When I look at old pictures of myself, like when I see myself, you go to my Facebook, right? I got some old pictures of myself. They're more just to show people, you know, how you can get in shape and blah, blah, blah. But when I first got in shape, I was taking advantage of it. Let's just say like this. I was taking advantage of it. Okay. Because I had never, I just was. All right. Whatever. Right. Anyway, if I would have just saw what I did and just been honest with everybody, my life would have been just better. I would have had more friends. We would have ended properly and all that good stuff. So whatever. But anyway, we're not even talking about money anymore. How we get off? This is a finance channel, not a relationship channel, not an LJ past relationship channel. Facts, LJ, you're dropping gems. Okay, if they're gems, man, hey, if you guys can learn from my experiences, because I have to be quiet. I can't really talk. I'm trying to make this everybody channel. You know what I'm saying? Mike Rambo says that's next level trust right there, LJ. You know, you guys get on here and share share your personal stuff. I slowly but surely, I'm gonna open up a little bit more, and you guys gonna know about my life. I'm not saying I was a straight A, follow the rules dude my whole life. You just don't know. You just don't. When I look back and think about the old me, I say, Linnell, you were stupid trying to do that. Why in the world would you even do that, Linnell? If you did that, that could have happened, and then you couldn't have been here. There's things that now that I'm 50, I look back and say, man, if I would have kept doing that, this wouldn't have happened. This would have stopped that, and I wouldn't have been able to know this person. I wouldn't even been here. I wouldn't have even been here and talking to you guys in front of you guys. But life is about mistakes. You see it, and you're like, ooh, if I keep doing that, that's gonna happen. So let me stop doing that. That's what it is. Anyway, Sharif says L got a second phone on the low. No, I don't have none of that. No, sir. No need. Let me tell you guys something. I don't fool around on my woman. I don't entertain any other women. I don't text any other women. I don't know pictures. No, you guys don't really realize this. If you're doing something on the low, you guys don't really realize how much energy that takes to do all this hiding stuff. It feels so good not to be doing anything, not to worry about anything. You want to use my computer? Here, go ahead. I'll be up in the room. Just bring it. Here's my phone. You want to use it? Put your fingerprint in it. There you go. Put it in there. Hey, you want to use it here? Nothing's there. You guys don't know how good that feels. That feels wonderful. That feels absolutely wonderful. Doing absolutely, and you know why? Because I'm satisfied in everything that I wanted out of a woman. She has it. She has it. It's nothing. I don't need anything else. Now, don't get me wrong, fellas. You don't, just because you with a woman and you become blind. Don't get me wrong. I see a beautiful woman. I'm like, hey, I see a beautiful woman. Ooh, she got a nice body. Okay, I still see that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blind, but that's as far as it gets. I don't think, ooh, man, I should really. No, I don't think like that anymore. Those days are done. I don't think, man, if I this and that. No, those things don't run through my brain anymore because I'm not that dude anymore. It doesn't happen. It starts up here. Everything starts here. Once you start formulating a plan how to get that, that's where it starts. Okay, hey, let me just go up there and casually talk to her. Hey, what you doing? Because this is what I would do. Okay, this is my thing. All right, I'm an energy person. All right, I was using my energy for the wrong ways. This is what I would do. I don't, even when I was younger, even though I would see a woman with a nice body or whatever, I just immediately think to myself, well, I can't, why bother to stare at that if I don't have what's up here in her brain, right? So I'll go over and talk. And then to me, this is what I pick up. It's an energy thing. If a woman's feeling you, she looks at you a certain way. It's not, you can see if a woman's not interested in you, she'll look at you a certain way, like, hey, I'm not interested in you. But when she's interested in you, she'll look at you a certain way. And then you can just I would pick up on it and be like, oh, okay. All right, that's step one. All right, cool. She's interested. All right. Now what? And then I just would go from there, right? That's what I would do. I never was like, go straight for the body and just do straight to that. Because if she's not mentally with you, it doesn't matter what she looks like. It doesn't matter. That's how I looked. It didn't matter. Cosmic says, yeah, he does, Sharif. He got a burner hidden in the AC duct. Nope, none of that, Cosmic. None of that. Those days are. Ill Will says, LJ, you truly are a nice brother. You're going to go far. Salute to you. Appreciate it, Ill Wills. Can you imagine? Think about it this way, you guys. I know this is way off the subject or whatever, right? But imagine all the people that were fooling around on their partners, boyfriends and girlfriends. Now it's on lockdown, right? So now you can't get to them. What are they doing? I know they're not cutting off communication. What are people doing? Sleeping with their phones in their underwear now? What are you going to do? Go to the other side of the house? You can't talk long. Your partner's not going to work. You're not going anywhere. What are you going on runs every day? Hey, babe, I see you going on a run every day, but you're not losing weight. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? That must be horrible right now. NC Big says, relationships can affect your money. Sure can. Dates, presents, Valentine's Day presents for you and your wife and your girlfriend. Oh man, you got, oh my God, that is so much work. It wasn't until I got out of that, until I evolved and changed my life, until I got out of doing that kind of stuff, had I realized how much energy that takes to be fooling around. It just takes so much energy. You got to lie. You got to remember the last lie to cover the other lie. And then you fooling around, and then you having sex with the other person, and then you come home, and your partner's wondering why you haven't asked for sex for a week or two, and it's like, wait a minute, because you're getting, oh my God, it's just, and you got to think about it too. If you get with somebody that you're fooling around, and this is the obvious thing, this is the obvious one, right? If you're married and you're with somebody, and the person you're fooling around with knows you're with somebody, what kind of person are you dating that knows that that are messing with you, knowing that you're fooling around on another person? It doesn't even make any sense. And then all of a sudden, two people that was fooling around on their partners, then they get together, and then they expect a successful, trusting relationship. What do you mean? You guys created a bad relationship started around on distrust. It doesn't even make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And then all of a sudden, two people that fooled around on each other get together. Then all of a sudden, you guys don't trust each other. You know why? Because you guys got together trying to grow a relationship from the soil of deception, and expect a relationship to grow from the soil of deception. That's impossible. And trust me, I tried to do it. It just makes no sense. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. It is so dumb. Oh my goodness. Sharif says, L, I love your channel because I learn a lot from your life experiences. I don't mind sharing with you guys. I really don't. All right. Because I know you guys see me who I am today. And plus, I am not that person anymore. That's why I'm able to talk about that, because I'm not even that person anymore. It doesn't bother me. Right. But I think about that Linnell, man. I'd be like, dude, man, you could have just did this. You could have just said that. You could have just said, hey, you're doing this, and I can't live with that, and just leave. Doesn't matter how they feel about it. It matters how I feel about it. You just tell the person, hey, I'm leaving this relationship because you're doing that, or you did this and you call me that, or whatever, right? It doesn't, because everybody has core values in their life, right? There's certain things that you get now when you get with somebody, there's going to be some things that you don't need to work out. No, and don't get me wrong, the woman I'm with right now, we had to work out some things. A lot of them was due to my fault, because I brought in some luggage that I didn't know it was there, and I had to work that stuff out. But it wasn't stuff that I couldn't live with, like debt. If I would say, hey, because the last woman I was with, she was in debt. I cared for her. I loved her very much, but she was in debt, and I was trying to give her different options. Hey, you should do this, baby. You should do that. And she just wasn't taking any of them. And I knew right there. I didn't know. That's why we broke up. Now that we're out, I was like, she was in debt. That's why it wouldn't have worked. It's crazy. Michael Rambo says, I'm sure you still got some wildness in you. Once a player, always. No, that's not true, Mike. That's not true. That's not true. I don't have any of that. Me and my boys, put it this way. We used to go to Vegas all the time. Vegas. We used to go to Vegas. We used to do Vegas trips. Yeah, we did quite a few Vegas trips. Yeah. We did a few Vegas trips. I just stayed in my room. I didn't go out. I watched a lot of Netflix in Vegas. Ordered room service. My boys was like, hey, L, you gonna come out the room today? I was like, nah, man, you guys go have fun. I'm just chill. I'm just chill with my water bottle, and I didn't do too. We did some Vegas trips. We went to Australia. We went to Australia one year. That was fun. That was nice. We stayed there for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. That was a good time. Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, that was good. You know that Australian opera house that you see where every time they show Australia, and you see this big building, it looks like it's sitting in the middle of the water or something like that. That's the Australian opera house, right? And I got a personal tour in there. That was cool. And we had other fun there. And yeah, that was it. Yeah, okay. Ill Will says, go for the mind, LJ. The body will fall. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's how it worked. I mean, I was younger, and I figured that out earlier. But it was always an energy thing for me, right? If for me, if I felt the energy from a woman, that's when it would pursue to something else or whatever, right? But if the energy wasn't there, it didn't matter how fine she was, it just wasn't there. So why even bother with the other stuff, you know? Quentin says, I am looking forward to seeing this brand new economy. Me too, Quentin. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited about it. I am totally excited about it. I'm excited to go there with you guys, man. You guys, 0 is the starting line, right? 0 is the starting line. Get to 0 for this new economy. Be here, part of the S&D family. I got Cosmic here. When I get some money, hey, Cosmic, hey, check it out. Here's the new economy. Where do I start? What should I do? Put it there. Do that. Do this. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Ill Will says, LJ, you know your facial expressions are priceless. What facial expression? Yeah, Australia was nice. I stayed in my room. I didn't go out and party. LJ, you came with a 6-pack and strutting around like a peacock. Hey, man, my 6-pack was, I mean, I still got it, but I'm just saying back then when we went to Vegas, man, I remember a good friend of mine. I remember one time, the first year we went, me and my boys went, right? And I'm the only one with the 6-pack at the time, right? And we check into our room, right? And we go down to the pool because there's a lot of pools at every hotel right there. So we get down to the pool, it's crowded. I pull off my shirt. We all pull off our shirts, right? And we're walking around there, and we come across these girls who was walking past, right? And they were like, "Oh, can we take a picture with you? Can we take a picture?" I said, "Sure, yeah, you can take a picture with me, right?" And everybody's looking like, "Who is this dude, man? He's a star or something?" You know, I was just in shape, right? And then when we got done, we go to walking, right? And my friend he's like, "Man, F that, man. I'm about to get in shape. Forget that. I can't have that." He'll tell you the story too. It was funny, right? I was just laughing because after a while you get used to it. Believe it or not, you get your body in shape. You get used to that happening, right? So it's not really that big of a deal. But I was a different dude back then. So I was taking advantage of that situation, right? And I think about myself as I'm telling you guys the story, I think about my mindset back then. And first of all, I was in debt. I was a good-looking body in debt. Okay, all right. That's first of all. And it's really just, you think about it. Everybody that comes to Vegas, everybody's single, even though everybody's married and in relationships. You go to Vegas, everybody's single. The majority of people are just lying to everybody. It's just all a bunch of lies, whatever, right? And you're just in one big pool of just a cesspool of lies, but when you're in that mindset, you really don't care. You're exchanging phone numbers and you're thinking that this person's only seeing you, and it's just a bunch of just nonsense. Oh my God, man, when I think about myself back then, man. And then when we went to Australia, it was a great time. It was a fun time. It was nice to go check it out. When you go to another place, if you've never been to another country where you have the accent, it's a whole different experience, right? We went to Australia. We had the accent, but you don't realize when you go to another country and they tell you that you have an accent, you can't hear the accent, right? You can't hear that you don't know what accent they're talking about because to you, they have an accent, even though you're in their country. I was just a different person, right? Now that I found myself, I don't do stuff like that because now that I'm in this place, there is no way I would ruin the relationship I have over doing stuff like that. Over physical, for sex, I would ruin this relationship. No, I would never do that in a million years. No, sir. No. Gabriel says this channel's gold. Ivy says, might be trying dry, dry, he be dry snitching. He was sent here for information. I know, right? Let's see. Sharif says, L, how old was you when you changed your player ways? Things started changing. That's a good question. Things started changing for me just before I started becoming debt free. So I started changing around 38 because I noticed that even though I had been doing that kind of stuff for years and my life was just repeating itself. It was just the same old, I was meeting the same type of women. I'm glad you asked that. This is what I started doing. Instead of blaming the women I was with, I started noticing I was the common denominator, right? It was me. I said, okay, why? I kept asking myself, why do I keep meeting the same type of women? It was me. I was the common denominator. So I had to figure out what I had to change in myself. So I stopped looking at them and I looked within. And as soon as I started looking within, I started eliminating the type of women, the type of friends out of my life, because that was the only way I was going to change. If I kept hanging around the same type of dudes that did that kind of stuff, I was never going to change. So I had to eliminate all those people. I had to eliminate those type of women out of my life. Here I am, like, for example, I'm seeing a woman. It doesn't even make any sense. When I say it, it sounds so stupid, right? I'm seeing a woman. I'm fooling around on her. And then I get angry if I find out she's fooling around on me. It doesn't even make any sense, because check it out. I remember one time, okay, all right, we're just going to go into it, all right? I remember this one time, right? I was seeing this one woman. I wasn't faithful to her, right? And I remember she had said, hey, Linnell, can you help me with my phone? And so she gave me her old phone because she wanted me to get some stuff out of it to do something, to do some kind of transfer, right? So I got her phone. I was like, cool. Well, she thought if you pulled your SIM card out, she thought the text messages went with the SIM card. So I get her phone, I get ready to do this transfer or whatever I was doing, and then I could see all the text messages. Well, anyway, she was corresponding with a dude, and they was doing this and that, and they had been doing this, and even saying, hey, we got to keep it on the down low, I'm with somebody, and I can't really. I was like, damn, like, right? And so when I read that, I was like hurt. But here I am. I'm thinking, why am I hurt? If I was doing the same thing, it just don't even make any sense. I'm saying this after the fact, right? So I was angry. I called her up. I said, hey, who's so-and-so? I said, hey, who's so-and-so? She was like, well, huh? What? Oh, that's just a coworker. I said, he's just a coworker? Well, it seemed like you guys been doing your thing here, this and that. And she didn't believe me. She thought I was just making it up until I started reading the text messages. And she's like, oh my God, Linnell, I'm so sorry, this and that, and this and that. And I was thinking to myself, and I was angry. I was actually angry, but here I am. Linnell, what are you angry about? You were doing your own dirt. What are you mad at her for? You thought she was going to be faithful to you? It doesn't even make any sense. Didn't even make any sense. But I remember being angry at her and how could you do this to me? And this, it's so stupid. Oh, it's so stupid to think about, man. Oh my God. I was so hot. Oh my God, how could you do this to me? This and that. And then I was like, Linnell, you doing the same thing. Why you expect something different? You thought you just gonna keep doing what you're doing and nobody's gonna do it to you? Come on, Linnell, what are you thinking about? Oh, so dumb. Oh man, Sharif, did you go on trips using credit cards? I sure did. You better believe it. Yeah. I mean, I would go on a trip with a credit card right now. I would still take my credit card for sure. Cosmic says, yeah, Las Vegas can be grimy if you're looking. Allegedly, not that I know that it is. Let's put it this way, Cosmic. Vegas can be anything you choose it to be. It can be a family fun event, or it can be a fellas, ladies night out, whatever. It can be anything you want it to be, right? But if you're a young man, you don't have to do what the majority of men say you have to do. You don't have to be that way. You don't. And the best way, if you decide you don't want to settle down, you want to still see other women and you still want to do, Be honest. Don't lie. Just go, hey, yeah, I know we're progressing, but check it out. I'm still going to see other women. No, we're always going to use a condom. Always. I don't care if it feels this way. No, we're going to do this. No, then we're not doing that. Period. Hey, we've been seeing each other for 2 months. What does that have to do with anything? Why are you saying that? That doesn't change what I told you from day one. Be honest with yourself. I guarantee you, the woman will respect you more. I promise you. Don't leave the relationship because you fooled around, you did something. Don't leave it like that. Just say let the woman leave saying we left this relationship because he didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. So he told me that. Period. Don't let no woman leave with a story saying, oh, we broke up because he was doing this and that and she fooled around on her and this and that and bloggity blah. No. No, be a man and say, I'm leaving this relationship because of this. I'm leaving it because I want to see other women. I don't want to be in this. Just be honest with yourself. You'll be much happier. I promise you. Sharif says, sounds like he was on Love. Hey, man, back in the day, I would have fit right into that show. Those kind of shows, that's why they're in that age group, because that age group is the age group that does that kind of stuff. You know, you don't realize late 20s, early 30s, that kind of stuff right there. You're in that kind of world. Like when I watch that kind of stuff now, I'd be like, damn, that was me. And believe it or not, if they would have called me to be on that show, guess what? I would have been on it. I would have went on that show. And then now, because if you evolve, check this out. I guarantee you, if they evolve past that show, those young people, and then they change, now it's memorialized in that show. Now everybody can actually just click a button on YouTube and see exactly what you was doing back in that time in your life. I don't mind telling the stories, but you guys can picture it in your head. You can't watch a video of me doing it. No way. Thank God videos that wasn't out like that. Oh man, I'm so glad that wasn't out. Shout out to Michael Rambo for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. I wonder what it's for, though. I wonder what it's for. What is Mike up to? And it's blank. Nothing's in there. What is Mike up to? Brittany C's cracking up. Don't worry, I'm a new guy, Brittany. I'm 50. Those days are over. I'm helping people get out of debt, and that's it. I don't mind sharing with the SMD family of my stories. I don't mind sharing with you guys. I trust you guys. You guys share me with your stories. Share stories with me. I'm gonna share stories with you. But I'm gonna, evolve personally. I've evolved personally. I evolved financially. The thing that changed me was looking at myself as the common denominator. I was the common denominator, me. It wasn't their fault. They didn't make me fool around on them just because they said something. That didn't make me, oh man, I met her. I got with somebody else because you was doing that. No, I got with somebody else because I wanted to get with somebody else, period. It was my fault. Until it was me that saw that I was the common denominator, things didn't change until that point. Didn't change. DOS says, hey, LJ, thanks again for the content. 2 questions. 1, which new industries will form in 2021? 2, which old industries will see a reemergence from post? I think, drive-ins. I think drive-ins will come. Let's start with the first one. Okay, new industries. I think since people will be working, I think businesses now, we're gonna, like I said earlier, they're gonna be following the Uber model, the Airbnb model, where they make $1 billion business without owning any property. Uber has a business without having any employees. That kind of model. because the businesses had to scramble to stay alive to put the people at home to work from home. They're going to keep that model. Okay. And they're going to make them all 1099. And people going to have to take, now they won't have to take care of people's health care, insurance. They won't have to take people's taxes and all this other stuff. Let people take care of that themselves. I believe people are going to find themselves. They're going to find out. A lot of people are going to wake up and say, man, who am I without my job title? I never did like that job anyway. Let me find out who I am. A lot of people, there's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs coming to life right now. They're going to wake up and be like, oh man, you mean I can really be anything I want to be? Yes. Okay. Teachers are going to realize their worth. Okay. Teachers are going to realize their worth. They're going to demand more money because now they're going to be worth it. They have the whole country of parents behind them. All they got to do is rally up and say, hey, parents, do you think we deserve my money? Millions of parents are going to come out their homes and say, hell yes, you guys do. Hell yes. You need your student loans forgiven, and you need at least $75,000 a year minimum, period. A lot of kids are going to fail because parents are not going to follow through, getting their homework into teachers. What do you think they're going to do? Fail over a million students? No, they're not. They're going to pass them. Okay. That's going to hurt industry in long run. All right. There's going to be multi-millionaires created. Let's see other industries. I believe personal gyms out of garages are going to be the new industry because people still want to go to a place and work out, right? And meet other people. But the new one is going to be the neighborhood gym in somebody's garage that's set up nice, perfect, only a few people, nice and clean, cameras, put in webcams in there so people can come in and watch the workouts anytime they want. They can watch you clean. That's going to be a booming business. What else do I see? IT jobs, IT cloud jobs. That's going to be the money maker. You can call your ticket. All right. Because the labor jobs, food delivery jobs, whatever, there's millions of unemployed people. There are going to be plenty of people to deliver all these products. Plenty of people to deliver the products. Plenty. Reemergence, daycares. Yeah, daycares are going to be good. Daycares. Because there's going to be a lot of daycares that's going to be going out of business right now. So if you can do it debt free, that you can get all your equipment, because people are still going to have to work. Reemergence. What's going to come back? I don't know. I think that's so far so good. I join the Discord server because every now and then it comes to me, and then I put it up in the ideas because I've been calling like for example, sports people. They can forget about sports for like 2 or 3 years. They can forget about that. They ain't coming back for a while. I'm not saying NFL, basketball, whatever, right? But those people that have been trying to introduce a new XFL, a different football league, baseball, now is the time to do it, to start even thinking about it, right? Because everybody's on a level playing field. So so far, that's it. So far, that's what I think right now. But if somebody comes back with the movie theaters, because I used to love movie theaters when I was a kid, right? If they come back and reinvent the movie theaters, like you know how they took old bowling alleys, and you know the bowling alley had the old plastic chairs, and then they just reinvented the bowling alleys. Right now they're nice. You can get food, lights, and everybody's enjoying it. If they do that with the drive-in, somehow do a redesign, something to make it just, maybe they make like a drive-in with different levels you can park on, not just the flat ground, right? If they can build it up and then have different, that would be awesome right there, right? Say like they had a big gigantic screen in the front, and then on the back they had different levels, like a 4, 5, 6 levels that you could park your car on different levels. And then of course they would charge different amounts of money for whichever level you want to park your car on. So of course the top level would probably be the most, and then so on and so on and so forth. And then instead of you walking to, because they're not going to really trust the coronavirus stuff. Just like when you go to Sonics or something, they bring your food out. You just have some kind of computer pad or a app or something that you order your popcorn and drinks, and then they just bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the new one. You know, that would be awesome right there. See how it's just coming to me? That would be amazing. And then they make it in a dome shape, like like the cars would be 5-6 levels, right? Shaped as a U, so everybody could see the screen. That would be awesome, man. Ooh, that would be awesome. Hyphy says, press 1 if y'all see LJ interviewed on Drink Champs. Okay, you youngsters, man, you guys be talking about stuff I don't know, man. I don't know what Drink Champs are. Now I got to write it down. See, Drink Champs. Now I got to go research Drink Champs. Nah, I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol. Let's just say I'm from Washington State. That's it. That's enough. Okay. Ill Will says technology, VDI, virtual desktop manufacturing will crank up now. Cashiers are gone now. Thing of the past. Oh yeah, they're done. Yeah, that's done. Like people in the business of personal trainers, barbers, hair salon people, those guys they're going to be out of business for at least 2 years, at least, because that's too personal. That's too much touching. They're exposing themselves and others, so people are not really going to trust that for a long time. I think people like that, if you're smart enough to create a salon or become a barber, you need to go online, look at only the top people online right now, see what they're doing, and put your own spin on it. Say like they're doing something and their video's not that great of quality. Take it up another level. Make sure your video's quality. You know what I'm saying? The sound, to make sure when people come across your channel that you've put time into your channel. That's very important. Okay? Because trust me, when I started this channel, I was talking to myself for at least the first 20 to 30 videos. I was talking to myself, but I didn't care. I kept doing it. I just kept going. Okay. Hey, I would come on my live. Maybe one person would come in, leave. 2 people would come in, leave, say something, leave. I said, okay, I had to ignore all that. This is my passion. I don't care. I'm going to keep going. And voila. Let's see. Ill Will says JP Morgan Chase ramping up criteria for home loan 20% down. I saw that. Ill Will. I already told you that's coming. I told you they're tightening up on that. This is what they're doing. What people don't really understand is if you're refinancing your house right now, this is what you're doing to yourself. This is very important. What you're doing. They lowered. This is my opinion. This is just what I see. They lowered the interest rate, so you'll go out, refinance your house, lock yourself into the house, into the value of your house right now today. Once you refinance your house, you're locked into the house value of your house today. When it crashes, guess what? You're still locked into the house value, no matter how deep it crashed. Even if it crashed to zero, you're still locked into that. Manufacturing, LJ, it's a must now. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Manufacturing for sure. DOS spot on, LJ. 1099 will be the wave of the near future. W2 is dead. That is dead. Pro athletes will be replaced by AI, computer generated. You're very right, DOS, for sure. All you got to do is look now. Look if that. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me bring that back. Like right now, if I was a kid, I would master the sports games, because that's going to be the next generation of sports, right? And then I wouldn't be surprised if the NFL didn't hire the best players out there on the internet for internet, or for the football, basketball, all that other stuff. I wouldn't be surprised, and pay them top dollar, because these graphics are getting so good. They look real. You're right. So pro athletes, I think they are. Pro athletes should be nervous right now. All pro athletes should be very nervous. They should be very nervous. People are going to get milk delivered from dairy farms again to their house like the old days. Oh, really? I remember those days, Cosmic. Some manufacturing will be back to the U.S., but for lower costs, some will go to Mexico. Yeah. DOS says Cosmic agreed. Small town farmers and their drivers are going to make a bunch of money post COVID. Yeah, they're definitely going back to that for sure. Gabriel says, I don't know why people don't. I don't know why, but people in debt reminds me of Tiger King. Oh, Gabriel, you be cracking me up, man. Hey, DOS says the world post COVID is a world of 1099 and hyper specialization, concierge everything. Yeah. If you're not an expert, you will get left behind. Gain a skill, everyone, and stick with it. Right now, kids, I know people talk to kids about, hey, man, you always on that video game. If you're a kid right now, I suggest, I know it seems weird, okay? But if you can, master the football, basketball, because you got to remember, sports players don't want to give up the sport. They don't. And if they can do that online, if you master one of those sports games, man, you will be paid. I guarantee the NFL, NBA, NBL, they will have to go to that. They have to. Ill Will says, LJ, schools are involved with esports. My company invested into the program, and it's big in education now. Yeah. That's where it's going. I see that's where it's going. Because right now, I believe NASCAR is big right now online. NASCAR is really big. That's what I heard. I don't really watch NASCAR, but but when I heard that, I got online just to see it, and I noticed that when I watch the cars and stuff, that looks real. They look real. Cosmic Wisdom says, "Oh yeah, LJ, people are tired of food supply in the grocery stores. You can buy a share from local farms to get weekly deliveries fresh from the farm instead of meats and dairy products." I'm gonna look into that. Wow. I wonder how much it costs too. Wow, that's a good idea. I like that. Some farms are already sold out of their shares. I got to look into that. It Will says Stanford University has a curriculum now for video games. That's where it's going. I ain't got time for video games. I wish if I was a kid, I would do that. I would master one of the sports games, whatever the top sport game is, the top manufacturer of the sport game. I would get in there and I would master that game, because right now, pro players, they should be nervous because they're not going to be able to play for a long time. They're not. And they're getting so good with this AI and these graphics and they're going to become irrelevant. And NBA, NFL, they're not just going to be losing money. They're not. They're going to switch over to the new one. They got the money to pay the players, and they don't have to pay them millions of dollars. They can start them out with $100,000. What kid's going to turn down $100,000 doing what he loves, playing the favorite game? Come on, man. Gabriel says chess moves are being made, guys. Watch out. Yep. Hope you're ready. DOS says, remember, the NFL, NCAA, NBA owns the rights to their player images. Pro sports are done. AI can recreate LeBron like Avatar and then never complains, never gets hurt, and never requires any salary. Yeah, you're right. And you got to remember, they don't even really have to worry about paying the sports players anymore because they're going to be irrelevant. So they don't need to make the likelihood, the likeness of a pro player, because nobody's going to know who they are because they're not going to be watching them. They can be the person. They can make the AI image of the person that's playing. They will be their own star. They will be their own star. Ill Will says Gran Turismo video game is big online. That's still big? Wow. I actually haven't myself. It's actually a driving simulator. I haven't played Gran Turismo since I was a kid. Wow. All right, you guys, we're going to get out of here. We're going 3.5 hours. We're about to go and get good subjects, good topics. We're about to go in here for another longer time, and it's time for me to get off. It's about 3.5 hours, okay? South Korea has a school that teaches students how to play the most popular game. See what I'm saying? I hope you guys are paying attention. That's the next big thing. And check it out. You got to remember, when you do these, this is worldwide. This will be worldwide. All right, you guys, we're going to get out of here. It's 3.5 hours. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And like I said, we'll see you on the Discord server. We'll talk about more topics there, but enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Not your day, your evening. All right. Holler at you guys later. Thank you, Ill Wills. Thank you, DOS, Cosmic, NC Biggs, Gabriel, everybody that participated, Michael Rambo, Sharif, Quentin. See you guys later. Have a good one.